shake on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, episode 67.
Hey, you got it right this time.
I got it right last time.
I know.
What are you talking about? Get out of here.
All right.
Anywho, first of all, I want to send a shout out to all the people that went on YouTube and hit the subscribe button because we just passed a milestone, the 200 mark. We are on the way. Let's keep going. Got another mark, 300. Let's do it.
Damn. I was happy with the 200.
No,
Now you
dude.
just add another.
We're trying to get to that 500 mark. That's the goal.
Right.
The initial goal, the monetizing goal.
It's a good form of moving the goal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
All right, guys, we're back again. I am your host, James Gill, Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast. Co-host, Joe Hill, right here.
Hey, thank you.
Back here again.
Yep.
All right. We got
I'm gonna
got
get
a-
mood.
our tonight's guest, the one and only Mike Sleep. Mike Sleep, welcome to the show, man.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, man.
It's all the millions of people looking down at us right now in our studio. Yes, it's all.
Oh, we can only imagine. I mean, wish a million views. That'd be
All
great.
the tons of fans out there.
Yeah.
Yes, they're out there though. They're out there. They follow us. The true followers, the true subscribers, and the true believers in our podcast are following us. So, how you been, man? What's been going on with you these days?
I'm doing stuff, but it's so odd. Well, this is odd, but seeing you outside, man, I never get a chance to talk to you because unless it's like, hey, can I get a beer?
Yeah, exactly. At work. Yeah, I'm at work a lot.
You're not the only one that says that.
What?
He said you're not the only one that says that. Hey, give me a beer, James.
Oh man,
Hey,
Yeah,
how's
you
that
said it to me.
podcast doing?
Yeah, you
How's
said
it
to
going?
me
Great.
lot
I'll take a
too.
beer.
Yep.
Oh crap.
How's that going? Yeah, I'll take a beer though.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
So how's things going with you, man? Besides it's life in general.
I can't complain. I've been blessed. We've worked in restaurants together, and I try to stay out of restaurants.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed to be able to. Working in some of this Airbnb and rental stuff and venue management. So we got the Cedar Garden at the harbor.
Yeah.
Doing weddings, a lot of
You just intrigued me for a minute. So you do Airbnbs around here?
yeah, manage a couple of them.
Do you really?
Got a couple.
How do you get into that?
Huh.
How did you get into that?
Well, strange thing is
Yeah.
I like to be a people person. I like to think I am sometimes, but sometimes it's better when you're not. I've never talked to anybody from Airbnb. Well, no, I have now been on the phone, but to set it up and to do the whole thing, it's an online thing. It's kind of like I drove for Uber for a while. I never had a boss there. Never had to meet anybody, but you do it online. But anybody can do it with a space, People start off. The guy was staying on Brian Chesney, the CEO of it.
Yeah.
He was crashing on his buddy's couch, and then he's like, "I'm going to start leasing this out online." And
Speaking of Uber and Lyft, the lady that suing was it Lyft that wouldn't let her get in the car because she said she was too big for the car.
I missed that one, but
Seriously?
Yeah. She's at 500 pounds. 500-pound lady, and then you have an option to get a bigger car if you want it.
sure, yep, they've got like the XL.
What the hell should you get? A compact?
Yeah, it was a small compact car, and she had it on video, and this guy was like, "No, you can't get in my car. You won't fit." So
I imagine people with some economical cars. I've seen some
small,
tiny, golf cart size cars.
So she's here's the backstory on her. She's a rapper from Detroit, I think it is. And this is not our only incident where seats have been too small for her. She went on this radio shows called The Breakfast Club, and they do interviews with a lot of different rappers, comedians, and all kinds of things of that nature.
I think I've seen.
So she goes to that show, and she's in there. Now, mind you, she's a big girl. I mean, 500 pounds. That's a big woman. And she tried to sit in a seat something similar to this.
Mhm.
And said, "Don't
So
you have
like
anything
inner studio.
bigger?"
Don't you?
And what they did is pulled part of a sectional up to the table so she can sit down.
Well,
That I mean, this.
I
this
mean, what's
is
wrong with
huge.
that? What's wrong with
There's
that?
nothing
though?
wrong with that.
I
But
was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
saying,
wait a minute,
it's
what's wrong with
Sounds
that? At least they
very
did
nice
that
of them.
for her.
But yeah, the
They
fact
could have
that
said, no, we don't have that. Fit your fat ass in there. Jesus.
But they were trying to accommodate her size and
Yeah.
not make her feel, I don't know,
I don't know how people would be upset
weird. I
about that.
guess.
I don't know how she could be upset about that.
But man, that's the way society
yeah,
goes now.
usually people in that situation aren't trying to make a big deal out of it and kind of hiding because it's not usually something you're
Yeah, but
proud of.
she's got these lawyers now. I didn't know these lawyers chewed at the bit.
Have you seen the airlines? I didn't see that, but I saw in the news the airlines are now considering a different pricing for their seating. I'm
For larger
Yeah.
people.
Because they have to charge twice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do that. If they're
I
gonna
don't
double-
either.
what I was thinking is charge them more, but put them in first class because those seats are always bigger.
Yeah, I agree. What if it's Spirit Airline?
Charge
I've
them-
never
charge
been.
them-
on- I don't know if they have a
Charge them
first
for
class.
2 seats.
You haven't been to Spirit?
Yeah, they still have those things that lift up.
They do?
So
Oh,
yeah, they have some. They do some. The front one, the
I don't
front
think
ones, they
I
have
don't
the.
think she. I mean, a woman that size, I don't think she can fit in that. And then I've seen her. I mean,
Is there
was-
is there
it was
weight
bad.
limit? Is there a weight limit on a plane?
no,
Total, yeah, not per person.
not per person, no.
No.
But,
But
total,
I guess
total
that's-
luggage and gasoline and all that good stuff.
I'm at total for
Jet
a
fuel, I mean.
just for a seat area. Isn't there?
I think that's what they're talking about doing now is possibly charging by the pound. I mean, they do that for luggage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Charge
That's,
if they could charge by the pound for people that sit down in a chair. Hell yeah, I'm gonna lose some fucking weight and I'm gonna get my
How
free
much do you
ride.
think if they actually did that, charge by the pound? How much do you think they would charge her? That's the question that's on my mind right now.
Poor people.
Well, what's the average ticket right now to go across country? I have not done a couple $100, 2, 4.
Yeah, so it
6.
depends on what airlines you're riding.
Well, right now I know because actually Dennis just told me his flight right now one way, I think it was like 80.
he's riding Spirit,
It-
Southwestern,
Yeah. Sounds like-
No, Southwest.
Southwestern.
Yeah, he's flying out of Southwest to New Orleans.
Yeah.
So
They're
it's
really-
it's $84 there just one way. So if you go both ways, it's probably looking at maybe
Those are-
150, 160. So
Those are rather cheap airline tickets. In Southwest and
Yeah.
Spirit and Allegiant things. I mean, those airlines. But when you get like Delta and United Way, United Airlines. Sorry,
It's just United,
Sorry,
buddy.
yeah.
You added more.
I was
to
feeling
it.
sorry for the lady, man.
You added
Send
more
it to
to
United Way, baby.
you added more to that United. But I don't know. Going back to the Uber guy though, how do you think he felt? He's just
He
being
got
honest.
fired. He got fired.
But he's just being. How do you fire someone that
He got
drives?
fired, dude.
How do you drive?
All right.
How do you fire someone that
I've got an
drives?
Uber story. Check this out. So when I first
Did you Uber around here or somewhere else?
Yeah, well, I started in South Bend, and
Okay.
it was awesome. I'd get off work, waiting tables at a restaurant, and go down there like 11 o'clock at night. And the only people using it were Notre Dame and St. Mary's students, and it was constant back and forth to bars, to dorms, to parties, and back, all the same, like 10 locations. But when they did bring it here, it was a lot slower. But I took this group of guys, and I had a minivan at the time, and these guys, they looked like 6. There was like 6 or 8 of them, and they were trying to squeeze in the minivan. They were like linemen for like offensive linemen for the
really?
Bears. I mean, well, they could have been.
Big
they were
guys.
from Chicago.
Big
I didn't
guys.
ask them. I didn't ask them, but they all tried to squeeze in there, and I ended up. I shouldn't have. There were too many for the seatbelts, and
Yeah.
then after they got out, this minivan starts bouncing like this, and I realized that they broke my shocks.
Oh,
And I was only taking them from the I took them from the A-frames over there by Grandmere
Yeah.
Park they were staying in, I think, over to the Welcome Inn.
oh, really?
I think they called me like an hour later and like, this party sucks. Can we get right back? And I was like,
dude,
no,
you
my-
messed my van up, man.
Ah,
I
damn.
don't know, man. Go ahead.
You ever been on Uber?
Yeah, I have Uber and Lyft, but it was in
It's all the
Chicago,
It's all the same fucking thing. I done it in Vegas.
in Vegas too. Yeah, Vegas. Too.
I done it in Vegas. Where
think those
Vegas
things
is awesome.
are fantastic. Uber and
Yeah.
Airbnb and things.
Yes.
I mean, anybody can do it with minimal qualifications. So I looked into it. Like I thought about opening a taxi company in this area, and
Yeah.
you know we've had the one or two.
We don't have one.
They usually have like 1 or 2 vehicles. One's broken down.
Yeah. The
They
one, yeah, the one in Benton Harbor definitely.
One's no longer operating
shitty.
because
We don't have one
police
anymore.
arrested them all.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
because I guess the well, it can be licensing and all that. Here, I don't think it's so bad, but like in New York and big cities, you ever heard of these medallions you have to get to? So there's only so many of them you can get, and they're like gold. They're like liquor licenses here.
Okay.
Because here in Michigan, it's so weird with that liquor licenses.
Yeah.
Like people like sometimes they're 20, 30 grand when a lot of them are available, and sometimes they're 100 grand or more.
Yeah, when they're not as available as they would be.
And same thing with these medallions with
Really?
taxi companies. So in New York, it could be, I heard like there's like multiple millions of dollars to buy just to be able to run a taxi company if you wanted to open one up. So they price people out. So Uber and things like that open up to everybody. And of course they're legal maneuvering where they're not a taxi company. They're a whatever ride share, or because they don't pay their employees a wage, it's a commission or whatever. Then they have had
So they
these
have to
legal,
really give good service.
it's all about legal loopholes.
Oh, really?
So would you want to do one around here?
What?
Would you really want to do one around here?
What?
Taxi service or Uber type?
There are a few of them out there. I actually know a few people doing it. My dad's included. He does Uber. He needed to do something in his time off, but he'll side rides or whatever. He has business cards, and it pays a lot more because Uber is like super cheap. They don't pay their.
I don't know.
They take like 50% of the fare. So like you might have to drive 5 miles to pick somebody up, and it's a $5 fare because they're going like 10 blocks.
Yeah.
And then you get $2.50, and it
That
costs you
sucks.
$5
I
of
Ubered
gas to
here.
get there.
I Ubered
But
here one day.
doing it on the side, there are companies doing it, but most of them are catering towards the high dollar tourists where they can get wine tours and hey, you've got me for the day, and it's only $500 or whatever.
Damn,
I rode one in Pittsburgh. And he told me he had to rent his car. He got a rental to drive around instead of using his own car.
Well, that's smart though.
You know what I mean? Just,
Yeah.
That's smart.
Instead of wear and tear on his car, he used the rental instead. And
To drive to the or
Drive
just drive
the
around.
people
drive around.
That's
drive people
smart.
around,
Yeah.
This was like during the baseball season when it was really busy out, people going to the games and whatnot. He was really cool driver. I mean, most of them are. They're pretty nice and laid back. And I don't know, I don't know if I can do that though.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't
Drive all day.
People make a killing in Vegas though.
I get tired.
Me too.
I get sleepy, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, road was on.
Vegas raises their prices up after 5 o'clock going from old downtown to the strip.
Oh,
they jack their prices up $20
really?
just to start at. So if you're only going a block, it's going to be $21. But then after that, if you're going farther, it's going to be like $40-$50 just to go to the strip.
So Uber has been outsourcing all the cab companies.
Yeah, dude, I
making it hard for them to make any money these days.
I just feel bad for that big.
But I think Uber claims they're like broke or not profitable right now for some reason, but they made like billions of dollars. I haven't looked into that one hard enough, but
it was but one rapper invested in Lyft before it got huge, and he made millions off of it, which was very smart at the time.
I think they're both the same.
It's
fucking
same.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. But Uber's now using themselves to go and deliver food, to go to Myers and Walgreens or anything place like that that's on the app.
Have you guys used that yet? Because I have not. The Uber Eats.
No, I haven't. No.
Uber Eats and DoorDash
like,
are all the
I'm
same.
not interested in picking up people's dinner and dropping them off. I like picking up people and doing tours and talking. But
see, I could do that, but
I don't know.
I have done I did whatever one. I think
Grubhub,
like twice now.
Yeah.
When I wanted some groceries from Meyer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shipped, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, when they go do your grocery shopping for you.
See,
I have a friend in Farmington Hills.
I see a lot of people doing that.
A nice suburb of Detroit that is doing that in her retirement, and she's like making more than she made in her working days.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a simple job.
She's like super picky clientele that
Yeah.
tip probably 10
Yeah, you
times
get to
what
pick
the
and choose.
average
Right,
is.
right.
You can pick and choose. You can do anything. What's the nicest car you ever been in?
Nicest car I've ever been in.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. That you were for Lyft or Uber.
Oh, for a lift. I think it might have been a Cadillac Escalade. It was
Really?
really nice. It was a more modern than
Nice.
it was an Escalade. It's in Chicago.
Did you pay for that? I mean, did you ask for an extra large vehicle, or they just come?
No, I was with a bunch of friends too,
Oh, okay.
So you get the
so we had to.
big
We
one.
had
so
to.
you
We
had to
had
get
no
the-
choice.
And,
But it was
and their
nice.
requirement, I mean, they don't have to come in an Escalade, but
Yeah.
what is it?
Right.
Just happen to be
Uber
6
XL, I
passenger
think it
or
was,
whatever.
Yeah,
something like that. And I think that's the car the guy had. But it was another car that I was in. It was a nice Audi.
I had a Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, I had a
I've never
couple.
been in one
I've been a
of
couple of those in Vegas. The guy just rolls up in a Tesla. I asked for the compact because I want to pay the cheapest
Did,
ride
yeah.
did
possible.
you ask him to hit it?
Yeah, I asked
Oh,
him
they
to
that
keep
fast?
going because
No, I mean like to just go faster.
yeah, because actually we're on the highway going towards a couple places in Vegas, and he says, "Do you want to see this?" He said, "Yeah, go right ahead." He said, and it pushed you back a little bit. It does. It's nice. It's
How
a
was
nice ride.
it? I mean, it's
It's a beautiful ride.
one of the, if not close to probably the fastest car you might have driven in. I think any Tesla is. So
Yeah,
was it noticeably?
it wasn't noticeable, though.
faster.
It
than
was
anything
fast.
you'd ever been in.
yeah, it was fast. I just couldn't notice it because it does go. I mean, I'm in the back trying to look around and see the big giant TV screen, pretty much of the iPad, big giant iPad
Yeah, it's like
thing,
a
and
what?
yeah,
Big ass fucking tablet.
yeah,
Right there.
pretty
yeah.
much. The thing is, I felt stupid the first time a Tesla rolled up. I said, "How the fuck do I get in this thing?" I'm
There's
trying to
no
find the
door
door
handle?
handle.
No door
Yeah,
handles?
there's no- he says, "Touch the panel." What panel? You mean the door?
You need
Yeah,
to.
I've seen the video. Yeah, there's some like magic hidden button.
Yeah.
You just like touch a
I said, "Where do I
spot.
have to?" He says, "Touch it where the door handle would be." I went,
Gotta use your imagination.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
Joe, it's outside the box.
Unmarked.
I went, "You're asking a guy that's in Vegas, drunk off his ass, to hit a button that's not there." Yeah, okay.
See, back in my days when I was Ubering, I went out and opened up the door every time for them to get in.
Hell, if I
Oh,
had,
did you really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I was
actually,
trying to be so
customer service.
proper. I'd be like dressed up. I had the water bottle, everything Uber recommended. Water bottles. Do you want
Oh.
to charge your phone? Do you want the? These people are all drunk. They're like,
seriously,
text me to go to the door. I was like, I
you
didn't need
you,
to be
you
doing
even
that.
gave him water?
Don't do that.
I never had any
That's like
Uber driver.
upselling your stuff, man.
That makes you want to give you a 5-star
that
and
way.
a $5.
When I was doing this, and this was a limited amount of time, I just happened to get in when it was like basically brand new in
Yeah.
South Bend, and before there was a million drivers, there was like 6 of us. I'd go down there, and for 4 hours, or 11 to 3 in the morning, nonstop, it'd be like pick somebody up, boop, drive there. 10 seconds later, I'm there, pick them up, drop them off here, and as soon as you drop them off, hit a button, then it allows you to pick another one. And then beep, beep, beep. Oh, another rider, and it was back and forth. Like,
Constant movement.
so I was happy to make the money. I was like, shit, whatever, make a few $100s.
Yeah.
Would
But,
you ever turn down a big woman?
What?
A 500-pound woman?
If you hit, dude,
3 of them trying to get in the.
No, I mean just that one. Just that one that.
I don't know if I would have
Would
turned
you-
her
would you-
down,
would-
but I would have been a little, I don't know, maybe reluctant to, hey, you sure you want to get in this car? I would try to talk her out of it.
Is he afraid that he couldn't because of his shocks, or
He had a
he
little
might
compact
he
car,
might
but
he might bottom out, or
he had a, it wasn't even a mid-size, it was a small car. It's
pop a
compact.
tire when you hit a pothole?
Maybe he just got new tires. Didn't want to put wear.
I've seen some of those compact cars that look like probably built in Asia for Asian sized
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
They literally
exactly.
won't accommodate. They
Yeah.
probably have like a 500-pound weight limit.
I'm just
for the
kind of
whole
curious.
car.
Would you turn her down?
I don't know.
How about, you,
no,
how about you, Mike?
In the spirit of what's the wrestler? Who's the? Oh man, I forget his name, but all the girls on WCW. He says, "I've never turned down a fat girl." What's his name? It's like, yeah.
I
I'm
don't know.
drawing a blank.
I can't picture it.
If KT was here, he would tell you.
Yeah. Oh, we miss it. We missed you, KT. Shout out to KT. Yeah. I don't know.
What about you?
Nah. Get down in. Let me help you.
I mean,
Shit. Money's money.
Now,
Time is money. Carry on.
like I said, mind you, the size of this,
Yeah, I understand.
If I had my phone with me, and once again,
You leave your fucking phone.
yeah, I did.
I don't
take
know.
another picture.
How much service industry experience you have? I know
lot.
James, obviously. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So then we're all on the
Tons-
same
tons
page
of
here.
it.
We have a tendency to want to please people, right?
Yeah,
We're people
yeah.
pleasers. So it's naturally, it's not our fault that if you come across as being too helpful and friendly when you're dealing with the plus pounders.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I haven't heard that before.
But this, I mean, I don't know. That was outrageous. But she's going to court, taking this guy's
She's gonna
court.
win.
I think she will.
I think she's
I
gonna
think
win.
she
that
will.
one.
Yeah. The way society is
Depends if his vehicle does have a weight limit. Like you've seen some of these like Geo Metro
Yeah.
type. I know that's old, but like
He
even
shows
smaller.
up at a Geo Metro. Get in the car. Come on.
now. Miata or something.
See, you can't have a Miata. You have to have a backseat for
Oh, yeah.
for an Uber though. That's the only thing.
But
So,
those, the
yeah.
cars nowadays are they're really small.
escort,
Really small, dude.
hatchback. Roll up in a hatchback. Why are you not letting me get in your car?
she had it on video, dude. She was going off
I
on
gotta
him.
look that up. That's kind of
She
interesting.
was going off on him, man.
Oh, yeah.
On the different stuff now, guys.
I actually have. I'm more.
Let's get out of the Uber business.
I'm also intrigued about a couple other stuff you said. So with the whole, how far do you guys go with the rental of the houses, the Airbnbs? What region are you in? The houses are at.
Oh, so pretty much everything. I bought my first house in 2002 up in Benton Township on Popeye Avenue, just north of town, and thinking I was gonna fix and flip it, and ended up staying there for forever, fixing it, keep fixing it, and kind of expanded in the neighborhood. So all the North Shore and North Shore Inn, the old North Shore Inn, Hill District.
Yeah.
It's a nice area though.
That is a nice little
It's
area.
getting to be a nice area now though, up there in that little district area. Besides the apartments, but excuse me.
Yeah.
But those houses are getting better looking. And
I used to live
getting
right on the hill,
improved,
overlooking the golf course.
So did my cousin.
It was really nice. Wake up in the morning and watch people play golf, drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so did my cousin. He remodeled that house, then he sold it and moved to somewhere else and got a bigger house. I mean, he kept on moving up.
It was nice and quiet up there too.
Yeah.
Except somebody broke in my house.
Someone broke in your house.
Yeah, stole my PlayStation. I was pretty pissed off.
Of course you would.
Came home like, what?
Yeah.
My shit was gone. Yeah,
Is that the only thing they took?
Yeah, that's the only thing they took.
It's something you knew.
You think so?
That's all. If they didn't take your TV, they didn't take your radio,
TV,
they didn't take anything else but your PlayStation.
All they took is my PlayStation.
It's someone that you knew. Never thought about that?
My ex or something.
Yeah,
Ex of
something.
mine or something like that.
It's someone you
It's
knew.
always somebody you know.
It's someone you knew on that one because if they didn't take anything else but that PlayStation, it's someone you knew just to piss you off.
It probably was.
Think about that.
Yeah.
No offense. If I'm going to bring in somebody's house,
Somebody
I'm
know or-
stealing
or
a
someone who
TV.
knows
I'm going for some.
They had
some
plenty of time.
necklaces.
I got there. I worked till 2 a.m.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm going to steal something, I'm going to steal something that's worth it. More than just one
It was
thing.
it was nice, quiet neighborhood.
They take the cords too.
Yeah, I think so.
They took everything in the cords, so they had time to unplug all this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. No, actually, they didn't.
I was
They
gonna say,
didn't.
they had time to
They
unplug
just took
all
the
this
console
shit.
and the controllers.
I'll see. That's someone there you knew and that already had everything else.
I'm trying to think about who hated me playing video games when I dated them.
They're not dumb. They're not dumb.
It's always.
I know I had an ex-girlfriend said she spit in my place. Like they had a PlayStation 1 back in the day.
Yeah, I still have all mine.
She was like, "Yeah, I spit in your PlayStation." I'm like, "Why would you do that? So evil."
Damn, that is rude. Shit.
That's evil, dude.
That's
Because I like the game.
I know.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Go ahead, continue, Joe.
But I mean, so is that the only house you have for Airbnb that you?
You know, it is the only one I'm doing right now. I do have a few in the area, but I do rent out to everything. Couple of long-term rentals as well.
Nice.
But then also, so I met with one of the developers of the Arts District, really kind of an unsung hero, Brian Suckleman, who redid the brick house building originally back
Mhm.
in the day before it became,
Brick house.
the library and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he's got some Airbnbs up there and long-term rentals. So in fact, there's a restaurateur in there as well.
Yeah. That's actually a nice little area right there too, with brick house and livery and all that. That's building up.
That arts district
It's
and
building
Benton
up.
Harbor has come
A
long
long
way.
way. A long way.
Yeah.
That place, oh man, I remember when they first started like actually putting stuff in there, like restaurant stores and things of that nature. And now you look at it, it's like, I don't know, it's like a small little area where people can go to have food and go to the record store over there and buy albums that you couldn't do. You never been in there?
I haven't been to any of those stores.
You haven't?
No.
You haven't?
I haven't. I know it's over there.
Well, one of my MF Doom albums there.
Actually, my
Shout out to MF Doom. Rest in peace.
my girlfriend, not my girl, my daughter's boyfriend,
Yeah.
works there.
At the record place?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
one of the young kids that come over the summertime, and he works there.
Okay.
So I don't know the new owner, but I think I met him one time. He seems cool, but it was opened by Tom Ives,
Yeah,
a great guy who I used to wait on all the time. Everybody I know is from restaurants.
Oh, he
back in the
watches.
Mansion Grill, friends
Yeah,
with Kevin.
yeah. Tom watches.
Mm-hmm.
He I pick on him every time he comes into Ace Hardware. So I pick on him all the time when he comes into Ace, and he always says, "I want to wait. So can someone else wait on me? This man doesn't know shit."
Do you is that? Wait, no, that's not. Where's there an Ace here now? Is that on
St.
Niles?
Joe. Yeah.
Niles. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Right on
and
Niles Road.
it's the old Ace was in the corner M139 and
Yeah.
Niles.
Actually, yeah, that
That's
was the
a
old
True
days.
Value
Now
now.
it was a True Value. Now it's going to be a Do It Best, I do believe.
So that's not Ace Hardware anymore?
No. There's only 3 Ace Hardwares that this place owns. These company owns
Is there only 3 of this total?
in the area. Waterville, Stevensville, and St. Joe.
But I mean, is there more than that? Is it a small
Oh, yeah,
franchise
it's they're a small franchise.
or chain? Or,
There's a small franchise. It's a company. It's a well-known company. Ace is well-known, but each person owns one, so their own company owned by somebody themselves. So they just get the product from Ace,
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
franchised. Everybody has their own little franchise.
Ace has their own products. They
Yeah.
just go through them.
They
and
have
get
their
the
own little
products.
franchise stuff.
Ace
like
is
that.
the place with the friendly hardware store.
Yes.
Yeah, they couldn't say man anymore. They had to change man to folk
When did this happen?
a while ago, a couple years
See,
ago.
I like folks.
Yeah.
I like saying folks.
Yeah.
I
It's-
say it
rest-
every- I catch myself sometimes saying it to people that come in the
What up,
restaurant.
folk?
No, how you folks doing today?
I mean,
Have a good night, folks.
What up, Doc?
I try to be specific when I can, but
The older generation, I like to use that with them.
and you know what though? And I know that you guys can appreciate that there's no respect for formal fine dining anymore or
No.
service. Like everybody's just like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like,
How you guys doing? There's a table full of old ladies, and one lady got mad. I said that I'm not a guy. I'm a lady. I'm like, oh no, here
You
we
say
go.
what up, guys?
I said, how you guys doing today? Don't call me guy.
I was working at
Oh wait, hold it. All right.
Fine, real-
You start using folks now.
I was waiting tables at Hop Rock Steakhouse in Orleans one time, and real fine, fancy, super rules. I mean, they'd come in. You come in, they're like, "Let me look at your fingernails. If you got dirt behind them, you clean them, or you're going home for the day." Type
Damn.
stuff. Like they were nuts. And I try to be, polite and address people, ladies or gentlemen or whatever. I'm looking and I see a booth, kind of a high back, and I see 2 heads of like long blonde hair.
Oh no.
And so like I'm in my head thinking like I'm walking up and I turn around the corner and I turn around to see him. I go, how are we doing tonight, ladies? And I look and it was like a hot blonde and like dude
Yeah, with a
from
beard.
an 80s hair band.
Dude
long
looks like a
blonde.
lady.
And I was like, ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen.
sorry. Yeah, trying to add it in really
It
fast.
was so bad though. I was like, oh shit. I screwed this one
There goes my tip.
up.
So, how long have you done the fine dining thing? I mean, I know you come to when you come to the bar, you have the either all black on or whatever the case may be. How many fine dining restaurants have you worked at?
Damn.
I tried to work at most of them in the area. Well, when I remember I worked with you at Chili's,
Yeah.
I was a host there, and
Yeah.
that was because I was on rebelliousness from Kevin Sweeney at the Mansion Grill, which I guess was fine dining. But
Yeah.
there, I worked at
The great Kevin.
Copper Rock Steakhouse for a while, and the Bistro, and
Yeah.
Rye Bells for a minute, and Schuler's.
Wow, that's going way back.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it is.
That's going back. When you worked at Shoes, you had to be at least 18.
I was just 18.
I was saying,
I worked there for 3 months, and
I'll say,
he
you're younger
fired
than
me
I
at the
am.
end of the summer because I'd called off one day. Larry pulls me. "Oh, sure."
Larry
You're not
physically
being-
fired you?
Yeah. Now, of course, I see him. Like, "Hey, Larry, how you doing?" "Oh, hey, good." I don't think he remembers, but
Oh, they do.
maybe he'll watch.
They do.
Oh, yeah,
Fire
they
that.
watch.
But he's looking at paperwork. It just seems like you're not being a good team player, calling off a lot, stuff like that. We're just gonna have to let you go. I was like, I called off one time. It was yesterday. And I didn't want to tell him it was because I was, physically unable to because there was metal bars in front of me. I called in sick or had a friend call in sick. I was like, well, regardless, 1 day, 5 days, I don't care.
Wait a minute, you were 18. There was no bars. Shit. This is why I couldn't do it because there was metal bars. That was funny. Shit.
I couldn't do. At least he was honest, man.
Yeah. I done that. Shit.
I had. Well, no.
I did that on.
Had somebody else call in for you.
No, I got out and they said, "Why'd you miss yesterday?" I said, "Well, I couldn't because I was stupid and I was in jail the other day." Did you read the fucking paper?
Yeah. See, and it totally wasn't even my fault. I mean, I got caught at a party where a bunch of people got in trouble and with some weed, paraphernalia. I had a bowl.
Oh,
and,
dude, you got caught.
And they were like, "Oh, well, we'll do something about this later." And I never heard anything about it. And months go by, 6 months go by. I never heard anything about it. So I thought I was fine.
They came after you.
I'm driving home from a friend's house at 11 o'clock at night. I had to be at work at 11 in the morning for a lunch shift and get pulled over all confident. Officer's like, "Are you Micheal Sleep?" "Yeah." "You step out of the car. You're under arrest."
Oh,
Click,
damn.
click. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. What?
You could have said no.
Yeah.
You could've said-
I didn't know I was
Are you
a wanted
sure?
man.
You don't want to do that, man.
Are you
I'm
sure?
telling you, you're not.
Which
that
Micheal
person.
Sleep do you want? The dad or me? That's my
Yeah,
dad
that's
too.
true, yeah. You're talking about my dad. You got the wrong guy.
You got the wrong
You're
guy,
talking
my
about
bad.
dad.
Well, no, actually, 5 years ago, my dad got pulled over in my car. He took my car and he got pulled over in it.
Are you a junior?
Huh? No.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
No. And he got pulled over and the cop just ran the plate. He says, "Excuse me, Mr. Hill, do you know you're driving on a suspended license?" My dad said, "I am what?" How about you look at it first and ask for it? He said, "How do you know I'm driving on a suspended license?" He says, "Your plate says," he says, "Wait a minute. How about you look at me first?" Because the cop's not even looking at him.
Right.
He finally looks down and he says, "How about you ask me my name and everything else? And here's my ID. This is my son's car. He's not driving right now because of what happened with him. I'm taking his car right now because I can drive it. It's my car. He sold it to me.
Mhm.
So how about you not just read the plates
And think.
it's him? This is a harassment now. I can actually ask for your ID and everything else." My dad was getting more pissed and asking for the cop's car, and the cop didn't want to give him the car.
It's a badge number, the whole 9 yards.
And he didn't give it to him. He says, "No, you can go. I'm sorry, you can go." He says, "No, I want your stuff now."
Yeah, give me your numbers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a complaint.
yeah. They read the plate, everything else before he even said that.
Think about it.
Like just came up.
In this area, St. Joe, you can even go to as far as Stevensville and some of the
It's
other
any town. It can be any town.
except Benton Harbor. They don't have much to do. They don't have much to do. Think about it.
No.
Somebody's driving with a suspended license. I'm gonna get this guy a ticket.
Where here?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
in this area.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's just like, okay, you didn't get me. This is not my car. It's my son's car.
Yeah.
instead of like you said, asking for the license or he said,
license on registration. He
Yeah.
said first thing he said was,
step out of the car.
Mr. Hill, you drive on spent license. You need to step out of the car. My dad said, for what? What are you talking about? How about you look at my license?
right.
It's not suspended. I haven't done any.
Well, they had Mike to dead to rights.
Yeah, Mike did right, but still, if he's driving not his car, if it's his family
Almost
car,
got
it's
away
still
with
everything
it.
else.
Hey, did you guys hear the news? And I know nothing, no inside information, but did you see the news about Baroda Township or Baroda City or both? Police chief is now on unpaid leave under investigation by the Michigan State Police.
No, man, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Internal Affairs, okay.
Is it because of
Yeah.
that thing that he supposedly?
Oh, you knew about this?
Yeah, it was on the news. Is that the one where he planted the state police caught him planting drugs on the highway?
I do remember seeing an article about that a
Yeah.
local, but I don't
Yeah.
remember if it was
Local
the
Benton
same.
Harbor cop.
So
Oh well, would have been a Benton Harbor. This is Baroda.
But
Baroda.
but now he's part of the Baroda Township Police.
Mm.
I think he retired from Benton Harbor and went to there. I think, I don't know. I didn't really read the article. I read the headline.
That
I was
might be
thinking-
the new acting.
Yeah.
chief was.
I don't know, but still, it's still insane.
So this
though.
guy's. So
Yeah.
is this the same guy?
I don't think.
It
I
should-
don't, I
It's a
don't know.
big deal when it's
Yeah.
unpaid
Yeah.
leave. Usually
Yeah.
everything is always paid leave. Right?
Especially being,
chief.
Yeah.
It's
looked
just,
into by the state cops.
it's just amazing that some cops think they are more over than anybody else.
I mean, like above the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, think about it. You get that more often in crime filled areas, like say for instance, big cities, say for like Baltimore. Very, very high crime rate there. And you get that it was an incidents where cops are being really dirty, planting drugs on people, so they get those arrests. And not only that, raiding houses and taking the drug money or the drugs, then sell them to make more money off of it.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's a good racket. It is. I mean,
I would
but
do it.
it's all good to the internal affairs coming.
Well,
Yeah.
it just goes
Just
to
don't get
show
caught.
that the illicit drug trade is a provocative industry that's
Lucrative, very lucrative.
You know, the only way those cops get caught, someone got greedy and they wanted it more for themselves, or they
That's
or
the main,
they didn't get a bigger cut.
that's
from
one of the
all-
main
from-
reasons too.
They didn't get cut.
getting
They
a
didn't
little
get a bigger
greedy.
cut from everybody else.
could have been
Then
that
fine.
one of them was
Yeah.
dating the other one, and then somebody got mad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Or,
saying.
or you get people
Someone got screwed over.
that report them doing that stuff.
Yeah, someone got screwed over,
Yeah.
so they turned them in. I said, screw this. I'm gonna turn them in so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, it was a big thing in Baltimore when that happened.
You know what I do think though, and of course in my
Benton
personal life,
Harbor
I
had
don't-
that
I don't-
happen too. With
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
they got stung by some cops who were doing that stuff, doing
Oh, yeah.
dirty
I
stuff. To cut
forget his name,
people.
but yeah, he ended up doing
Yeah.
prison
Yeah,
and then
prison
ended,
time.
I knew the kid.
got out, and that's who opened up Mosaic Coffee Shop.
Oh,
and,
really?
And
Yeah.
and 6-degree resale and all that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure 6-degree, but definitely the Mosaic
Yeah.
Coffee Shop and all that. And
Yeah,
he was
opened that,
hiring.
Yep.
You know, he was turning his life around. And,
That's what happened when you go to the prison.
the
You-
guy that
doing
one
that
of the
shit
guys,
anymore.
one of the many people he put in prison, got out of prison because of that, and they became friends. And he worked at the coffee shop. There was
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
big
that's
article
That's
about
a
it.
good story.
There's a good
story
article
for
about
that.
it. Too.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
actually that
it
hit
was
the
a feel
paper.
good.
Yeah, that hit
Really?
the paper. Yeah, because actually, I knew the guy that did all that. I was just kind of shocked that, wow, he's a cop, dude. He did all that. No shit. Wow. But then,
But the unspoken
yeah.
story is that is more common than is
It
people know
is.
about. And but you know what I think though is the more drugs we legalize, the less of that there is. The more freedoms we have, the less ridiculous laws that police, police are in some instances probably think this is kind of bullshit ass thing that we have to do. Pardon my French, you can swear.
yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, dude.
I've been fucking cussing all the time.
But
Yeah,
you
me. Fuck that.
and so and then they, because when you get police that are frustrated, they're going to go around the law to be able to get what they perceive their mission done. You know,
Yeah,
like, so I
yeah.
watch a lot of First Amendment auditor videos.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever watch those, but they're fascinating. And of course, there's a whole group of people that go out there that just are basically testing the police and the systems. They'll go into city building. You guys never seen these? They go into city buildings and like film, and then
film it. Yeah.
sometimes they'll be really nice and be like, oh, okay, here's this. Oh, if you want to check this out, and did you know this fact about us and all this? And they're cool. And other times they're like, why are you filming this? This is illegal. I'm calling the police. And the police come.
This is public property. I don't know.
And they're on those videos, I think, relying on a solid Supreme Court ruling that said that, you know, free speech or First Amendment includes videography in all public places, blah blah. But yeah, and then it goes to the police encounter stuff. But
it's a lot of those going
it's
on.
It's an interesting dynamic where people keep other people accountable. I think we all need to keep each other accountable.
I had that happen to me before, where I was riding a bike one morning. And I was coming back from a store or something like that, and cops rolled by me.
Oh, you're
really
on that one. Okay.
Yeah, rolled by me really slow, right? And I'm like, okay, something's going on here. But prior to that, I don't know if you guys heard about the guy that was breaking into houses and watching people sleep.
No, locally, not locally.
Yeah,
Actually, it was in Benton Harbor.
This is in Benton Harbor.
Yeah, it was all
When was this?
This is back in 2000. I want to say 18, 16, 17, somewhere around there.
All right.
And so this guy was breaking into houses, and it was like a senior citizen homes down the street from my house. And he would break in their houses and watch them sleep or take something out of it. Their house is being burglarized, right? So, ride my bike, cop passes me. I'm like, this is weird. So I'm like, okay, he's probably looking for something. So I'm gonna fucking take off. I get my bike and my mountain bike. I'm riding behind this car down the street, and I saw him pull down the side road. I was like, okay, he didn't see me, so I dipped into my garage, and he didn't know where I went. He was pissed. He was around. He saw I dipped somewhere down around there, and he was just looking all over, driving down the side roads, and you could see I'm looking out the windows. I'm like, tell my roommate, I was like, hey, look at this. This cop is looking for me. So I didn't do anything, but he's like, he wants me bad.
There's something you don't tell your roommate, dude. This cop's looking for me.
No. Yeah, I had to. He was like, what's going on? I had to tell him.
I know, but it's just funny how you said, I had to tell my roommate, this cop's looking for me right here. Don't say anything.
No, I didn't say don't say anything. He thinks he found me, but he didn't. Anyway, time goes on, right? So I'm riding my bike again early in the morning, and it's a school down the street from my house, and then 2 Barron County sheriffs sitting there, and I ride past it, and they noticed my bike. My bike was red, and sure as shit, they follow me. They pulled me over on my bike, and you know why we pulled you over, right? It's like, I was like, no,
was it going too fast.
Yeah, no. No, it's been some break-ins. I said, you serious, dude? There's been some break-ins. Like I said, prior to that, I knew what was going on, and so I started giving them shit. It's like, well, I didn't do it. Who are you looking for? You know who broke into it? And he's trying to, black man. I was like, oh shit, here we go. So he said, well,
you go to Myers, you
said, well, I need to see your ID. I said, no, I didn't break any laws or anything, so you don't need to see my ID. And oh well, you did break a law. You ran a stop sign. I'm like, you serious, dude?
That's a law?
Yeah, now it is. When
I saw you, I witnessed you
run a stop sign on your bike. I'm like, you serious?
Sign.
I said, that won't last in court. And he was getting pissed. And it was getting warm out. And his top lip started sweating. And he was pissed off.
You remember his top lip sweating?
Yeah, this dude was shorter than I was, right? And he's trying to manhandle me. I'm like, he had one cop with him. They're trying to play good cop, bad cop. I'm like, dude, he said, I'm not giving you my ID. He said, oh, well, we're putting you in custody. And I said, why? What law did I break? And once again, he starts searching me. He went in my pocket, right to my pocket, pulled my ID out. I think I seen you in child support court. I said, no, you haven't. said, no, you haven't. You haven't seen me in child support court.
What does he cruise the child support courts?
I don't know. Maybe he's been in there and somebody looks similar to me. Or maybe it's just,
Actually, you know what? I just watched a video of some CIA, former CIA officer, and he said a technique: you can get more information out of somebody if you don't ask them questions, but you make statements to them that are incorrect, and people have a tendency to be off guard and they want to correct you. So when he said, "I think I saw you in the child support court,"
Actually, that's
he was waiting for you to say, "No, I wasn't in there. I was in there for just a simple possession charge."
Tell him myself, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so he pulled out my ID and stuff. I'm like, he had me handcuffed up. I was still on my bike. Had me handcuffed. And
Were you handcuffed to the bike?
No, dude. So he goes through my backpack, and luckily I took my big Rambo knife out.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you still have the backpack on?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It's always, you ever see those videos? They handcuff them with the backpack on.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, we can't get the backpack off, but we don't want to uncuff them to get it off. We're just cut it off them."
But I had my little pamphlet, my civil rights pamphlet. I always carry with me.
Did you have your slingshot in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I had all kinds of stuff in my backpack.
I know
Anyway,
you did.
but he went in there and saw that pamphlet, my civil rights. Zip, zip. No. And I said, he ran my name and everything. Said, "Well, you're ready to go. You can go now." And the other guy was like playing good cop. Well, you can, if you want to file a report, you can go down to the Barron County office and file one if you need to. I was so pissed off, man.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was so pissed off. I know who it was too, man. So pissed off.
You haven't seen him ever since?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen him since.
So yeah, they basically they pulled you over and illegally searched you.
Yeah.
All your stuff.
So,
yeah.
If
Yeah.
he ever pulled into the sandbar and asked for a drink, would you serve him?
I didn't know exactly what that little fucker looks like.
I know, but would you serve him?
No, I would say something to him.
Can I see your ID?
Can I see your ID? Yeah.
Definitely.
Can I
Oh,
see
you-
your? Can I see your? Wait a minute! I remember you. Weren't you in child support?
Yeah, that's why you're in child support.
Badge number and rank. Two, please.
So that was just I don't know, it was a weird incident for me right there. But I think it was my karma for like running away from him, and they finally caught me and gave me this shit too.
Yeah.
Did they end up catching that guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
they
know the funny
finally
thing
got
is, it's my fucking next door neighbor,
Ooh. Well, they weren't too far off.
and his name was James. I can't make this shit up, dude. This guy was an asshole. We hated that guy. Me and my roommate hated because their dogs were like, wild, and they just had them chained up in the yard. They'd break loose and go through the yard. I'd have to throw rocks at them because they'll try to attack me.
Mhm.
You and Rock.
Yeah, I was throwing rocks at them. I'm like, fuck you, little. I would pull out my slingshot.
Just like the birds.
Yeah. But these dogs were this mutts, man, and they were like
Little
they were
chihuahuas.
breed dogs, and they would have sex with those dogs and make
Oh.
more dogs. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man! Inbred dogs.
Inbreeders.
Yeah. So, but my roommate always called like humane service for getting the dogs out of there.
I'm still shocked that they search your bag because technically they can't. They gotta have your permission to search your bag because that's
I told him that.
Probable cause.
Probable
right,
cause.
for something
Yeah.
else. But
if it's even locked, they had to get a warrant. So do you carry a lock on your bag now?
I didn't. Not that time. I didn't.
Yeah, anything's locked, they have to get a warrant for.
I wish I had padlock. It would have been
Yeah.
weird. Hold
Small
on.
little-
mostly
Keep it
because
slick.
you'll have evidence of them going in your backpack.
But I was
If they have
thinking
to
I
break a lock.
was so close to grabbing my phone, pulling it out, and started recording.
People
I
don't.
didn't do. I didn't
People
think
back
of-
then really didn't do
This
that
was
as much.
This
though.
is when I was watching videos like Mike was just talking about, and then keeping track of that stuff and knowing my rights. I didn't think to pull my phone out. It was in my pocket.
I'm so shocked.
Well,
said
didn't you
ran
say
the
this was
stoplight.
back in 2016, 17,
Yeah.
18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't
Well,
have
Camera
so-
phones just been big, man. Yeah.
Yeah, not really. Not as big as they
Bullshit.
were. I mean,
If in the early 2000s, it wasn't.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I can do that.
2010s and beyond, the camera
Okay.
phones were prevalent.
Yeah. I had to
But-
think about it.
Still, probably twice as prevalent now as it was just
Yeah.
10 years ago.
But usually people that's happening to, they don't think about grabbing their phone and recording. It's the people around them that record
Yeah.
for you. But the people at the time thinking, they're because they're getting harassed or asking so many questions. They don't think, wait, let me before you say that next sentence, let me get my phone.
I wasn't quick to think about it. I was so shocked that he pulled me over. I'm like, oh shit, here he comes. And sure as shit, like, whoop, whoop. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He pulled me over on a bike.
I wish I saw that. I wish I drove by it and started.
Dude, I mean, people were driving by looking. I'm like, handcuffed.
Dude, that's hilarious. No offense. I'm sorry it happened to you. Still, I love hearing that story. But it's still funny that they handcuffed you. You should add more to it. They handcuffed to my bike. They pushed me against my bike, against the car.
No, he was trying to manhandle me, but I had my hands up and I wouldn't like I wasn't trying to resist or anything, but I was giving him a little hard time because he wasn't as strong as I was. Just to piss him off a little bit. And I like have my hands up.
See, I haven't had that problem yet.
He was small too, man. He was a small little guy.
Same height as me.
He had a gun, so I'm not dealing with that.
He had a gun.
Yeah,
How was that?
Yep, that always solves that problem.
So, has anything like that happened to you, Mike? You got pulled over on a bike?
You know, I got pulled over one
Skateboard?
time. I had a borderline molestation attempt on the side of the road as a 16, 17-year-old. I remember getting pulled over. I had a suspended license for something I did. And so I was nervous, but I was just driving down the road to get pick up a pizza. I was coming back to my house and got pulled over. And the cops all, why are you nervous? Because I got pulled over and here's my license, but it may be suspended. And he just kept saying, I think you're, yeah. I mean, I still have the copy of it. I wasn't sure. They told me.
Just told on himself.
Yeah, totally. He still pulls me out. I think you're nervous for something else. You got drugs, boy.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, no. And he's like patting me down. You mind if I pat you down? No. And he's like, I think you got a, and then he grabs my crotch. He's like, I think you got a stash down there. And I go, I don't have any drugs on me. I'm only nervous because my license is suspended. He goes, you got drugs in your crotch. I'm like, I just want to get my pizza and go home. I was like, what do you want me to pull my pants down or show you I got no underwear or no drugs in my underwear? And he goes,
lift your sack to spread your cheeks.
Wow. He did. He told me to. And I literally, so I ended up pulling my pants down on the side of the road and he like grabbed a cop a feel or whatever. And then,
where are you at? In St. Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those guys.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, man, back in the day when I was like in my teens, I got another story. I got in trouble when I was 19. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, you were.
No, shut up. So we were at a friend's house in St. Joe, right? And we were going to go to this girl's house. 3 black dudes leaving St. Joe at like 2 in the morning. And this was in the 90s, right? So my buddy was like, don't leave, man. Just stay here. I got a bad feeling about this. I said, no, I'm going to be all right. Let's go to these girls' house. We're going to have some fun. One of the guy that was driving the car, he was worked at the hospital. So he had this in his back seat, which is a hatchback, and you see inside of the car.
Yeah.
Like a bag of white powder. It was like laundry detergent or something like that. And it looked like cocaine.
Usually does.
So I'm like, man, okay, do I really get in this car? So I can like, fuck, I'm getting in this car. We ain't gonna get pulled over. Going down Langley, head towards the hospital, right? Take the right, go out to Meadowbrook. These girls live out in the country. Sure shit. As soon as we turn on Napier, cops right behind us, follows over the bridge, and it's 25 going on that bridge, right? To turns to 40.
Yeah.
We were doing 40 and at 25.
Gave you
Whoop, whoop.
Right before, yeah, and it's about to be 40.
Pull this over right by the golf course. Yeah. This guy is like, hey, put this between your legs, and he hands me a pistol. Oh, fuck. I'm 19 years old. I've never had a gun in my life. Scared as fuck, right? So I put it under the seat, but I couldn't push it all the way under the seat. So it was kind of like you could still see it from under the seat, and it's like between my feet. I was like hoping we didn't get in trouble for no reason. Just get a ticket and be done, right?
Yeah.
But he flashed the light in the back, saw that bag of detergent, thought it was cocaine. Yeah, so
Cocaine or heroin.
something. So I'm scared shitless. And the guy that was in front, he was driving another guy, Mike. I shouldn't have said his name. But anyway, he had a warrant out for his arrest. I didn't know this. And he's been in trouble a lot. This is my very first time getting in trouble with anything.
At 19?
At 19. I was just like trying to be cool and stuff, you know what I mean? Trying to, oh yeah, I'm tough and all this stuff. Wasn't tough then. So they get the driver out, get him in the car, start talking to him, get the other guy out in the passenger seat. This motherfucker starts running. I'm still in the back seat. Starts to run.
Where are the girls at?
They're at home.
Oh, you're going to the girls'
We're
house.
going
They
to-
weren't with you.
No, they were going
Okay.
to their house.
Okay.
I'm alone in the car. They didn't find the gun yet.
They didn't find the gun yet.
Oh my God, dude, I was shitting bricks, man. I was about to piss my pants. So they come back to me, pull the seat up. Now you can see the gun. It's totally exposed. This fucker pulls out a 357 Magnum and pulls it out. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm just in the backseat. I was 19 years
I
old.
didn't do anything. That's not my mistake.
I didn't run.
I started telling everybody.
That's his gun. I pissed my pants.
Dude, I was, and then I was so scared, man. But there was so many cops around us by that time.
Yeah,
it was a light.
Oh yeah,
show.
because one took off running, so they had to call backup
Yeah.
to get the guy that went
But
running.
they always have to have backup to back them up
Yeah.
when they pull somebody over, right? Fucking scared. Go to the police station, and they split us up. And I start seeing him, man. I was like, I'm scared shitless. My mom's going to kill me. And I had to call her. I was scared to call her. I had my buddy call her. She left me in jail that whole weekend just to teach me the lesson.
Oh.
Teach me a lesson.
I would ask if you ever been back, but I already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I already knew the answer.
Hard knocks, mom. Oh,
Yeah, she was scared straight, right?
Mm.
So I was like, oh man, I thought I'm going to prison. I'm going to be here forever.
So whatever happened to those guys?
So the one that ran, they caught him, right?
Oh, I didn't get away.
He didn't get away. The other one, he was already in the car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And come to find out that the dude was he might have been on probation or something like that. So he went to prison.
Is he out?
Oh, he's out. He's out now.
Is he pissed off that you
No, dude.
sung like a canary?
No. Dude,
Didn't have to if you got caught.
he got caught. Try to run through you know how you go and you go into their nice neighborhood across the.
Yeah, that's you're
That's what it was.
trapped.
It was really nice over there that time.
Where was it? This is in St. Joe.
No,
Getting ready to go
right.
into Fairplain.
He ran to Fairplain by the golf course.
Yeah.
By Barron Hill.
Okay, and he was running through the.
He ran down the hill.
Yeah, he
Back,
ran,
yeah, so you can get all you have is the river.
yeah, he's got the river there.
Yeah.
I would have ran to the
trapped.
golf course and just had hidden me in the golf course, but I
Yeah.
guess I'm smarter than
Dead
that.
ended himself.
Or I don't know what I would do. I just stayed where I was at. And so long story short, I finally get out of jail. My mom was like, I talked to your dad, he's pissed off at you. I'm like, oh shit. Because he bailed me out. He said, woman, why'd you leave that boy in there? Just trying to scare his ass straight.
Were you 6 foot back then too?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was skinny though.
oh, okay.
I was a little string bean. So I got a misdemeanor. Luckily, I had a good lawyer. Luckily. Then I read the paper after all
Wait,
this.
why did they pin?
They pinned it on the dude that went to prison.
Oh, okay. What'd you get in trouble for?
It was
Just being in the car.
being in the car, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? There is some sort of association
Yeah,
charge or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Accessory.
Yeah.
Accessory.
But we weren't robbing anything. We were just trying to leave. It was like a little 22.
But still.
Yeah, still that's scared as shit.
Yeah.
Get out of jail and I read in the paper The cop that pulled us over got fucking cop of the year. I was like, damn.
Because of you guys.
Yeah.
You
I was like,
thwarted
look.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, Kerry Daniels.
I like. He's a good kid. He's a good guy though.
Yeah, I know he's a good guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I
I know the cop. I
been
know him
cool. I
very
was
well.
cool with him ever since then. He knew who I was.
Yeah, I know.
That's right. He was a
Yeah.
detective.
Yeah.
Actually, he
He was a cop.
he was-
Then.
he was an officer
He got
first.
promoted. He got
Yeah.
promoted to detective after all
Yeah.
that shit.
He's retired now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like I said. This was back
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Actually, he used to come down to my house.
This was
and get a
like
haircut.
92.
Yeah, my ex-wife used to cut his hair.
That was 1992.
I used to party with him.
Did you?
Him and I don't know if it's his wife or ex-wife now, Kara.
He was a son. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
I think he had a son.
But you always helped me out, man. Like after being like bullshit after that,
Yeah.
because you know I wasn't a bad kid or anything.
Oh,
like
he's
that.
a good guy. He's a good guy.
But that's my first time I ever got in trouble, man. Put that all out on the internet. So you can. All right, guys, we at the top of the hour.
I got one for you after you.
We at the top of the hour. 9 o'clock. It's 9:01 now. That was a long story. I'm glad I told that. We went right into the new hour. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please hit the like, subscribe button. And if you see us, see our video right now, we have a little coffee cup right next to it.
Yes, we
If you
do.
want to donate, please do. Donate as much as you want.
I don't like coffee.
You don't like nobody asked you.
I was gonna say, you guys don't have any coffee.
Yeah, no, I want some coffee right now.
Yeah.
Little
Please
carrot
donate.
and
It help the cause out, help the podcast, and keeps us moving forward. Guys, thank you very much. All right, let's get back into the show, guys.
Penny at a time.
Huh?
A penny at a time.
Penny at a time. It all works out.
Penny at a time.
Mike, you big on Donald Trump?
Guilty.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think about his address to the nation last night?
I actually did not
See?
catch it,
No.
but I caught a couple of glimpses of people talking about it this morning.
He's beginning to be a tough ass now. He's doing a lot of stuff now that people are like. "Argh." I don't care for either Democrat or Republican. It's just not my cup of tea. I follow it. I know what's going on.
Are you libertarian?
No,
Oh.
no, don't have any affiliation.
Less, okay.
Yeah,
Less
none-
involved.
Less involved. This is
Free spirit.
yes. There you go. You can say that. You can put that label on.
I'm
I
just
like
me.
that.
But I find it interesting with Trump that his first term, he was, trying to clean out the swamp. Now the swamp is somewhat clean. He's going after a lot of less spending for American taxpayers. What's your thought on that?
I think Trump likes to go big or go home. He's obviously likes a headline and a so. But I do think what like with the whole Doge thing, I think you're talking about, and
Yeah.
the massive cutting. I mean, they haven't really. I don't think.
Hold on, I gotta say this. I watched a little bit of that, and Elon Musk looks like a big nerd. He's getting because one side, the Democrats were not cheering for him at all. Republicans is going crazy, and he talked about Elon Musk, and he's like, he wouldn't even clap. No, Wait.
I'm kind of curious if Elon Musk has got a fucking neck because every time he moves, he's like moving like a robot. Like
he may be a robot.
he can't bend his
Yeah.
neck up.
But-
and
If
down.
anybody's bionic, man.
I know, just it's just weird having Elon Musk in the cabinet. So now go back to
Yeah.
Trump. What do you think Trump is really doing behind the scenes?
Well, I think he's definitely trying to make a point and make a big go big or go home thing. You know, I don't think anything. Really think are they really like? I mean,
He was going through all the stuff.
have they shut down all the USAID offices now? Are these people like fully unemployed?
Half of them are
'Cause-
employed.
Yeah, I think it's about half.
Half now.
But I think some of that they've made some mistakes. I heard they said there was 150 billion in savings. Now there's only 110 billion, and they cut some essential programs. They're restarting or whatever. But it's not actually him making the decision. These are like
apparently he's finding there's like thousands of people in the government that are secretly on his side,
Yeah.
that are like in managerial positions that are working with him and saying, you could fucking fire this person and it'd be working fine. And I think he's just going, he's like, oh yeah, okay, all right.
I like firing people.
And they're all making like $250,000, $500,000 a year. Are you saying? Oh, that'll save, okay, $5 million. Then we'll add that. We'll put on that calculator.
I just don't know. I don't think could change anything. The government's fucked up no matter what.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm happy.
I mean,
is all.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think he's gonna change the world again, like he did the first term. But here's my question: I'm always kind of curious. Since he already did one term, right?
Yep.
We all know that.
Yep.
Is this counting as a second term, or
Oh, yeah.
can he go for another one after this?
No.
But he didn't go.
but there
He wasn't consistent back to back.
No, but he
Right.
did
Yeah,
this
but
8
it still
years.
doesn't make a difference. But there are people talking about like trying to change a.
But
You
can that change though? I mean, can he really run for another term after
No,
this?
they'd have to change a law or maybe the
Because there's-
Constitution.
Constitution.
No, because in the
more or less.
Constitution it says it's continuously back to back terms.
No, not necessarily 8 years. You only do 8 years.
8 years.
But that's a newer law that was passed after, and I forget which presidents did do more than 2 terms.
Oh, there was one that did.
So that precedent
was
was
it?
already been set.
No, Roosevelt. Was it? No, it wasn't Eisenhower. It was
I know
Roosevelt.
it was Roosevelt.
Mm.
It was Roosevelt. It was wartime. World War II was going on at the time,
Oh,
and it was they stopped everything, and he was at the end of his term. I think it was.
I was just
Well,
curious
yeah,
if
but
that
I don't
really
think they
happened.
stopped the election or anything. I think they just voted him in. I don't think we've ever had a time where we suspended.
I think there's only two
the
presidents.
elections.
2 presidents that actually did 2 terms. More than 2 terms.
Mhm.
I wish we had KT here. He would
Oh,
give us the
I'm
scoop.
I'm not looking that up.
Come on, look it up.
Oh, I'm not looking that up.
For Jamie from
Yeah, I'm
watching
not
some
looking that up.
Joe Rogan.
I really don't know that. Yeah, that's where we had KT, but we are kind of down on him right now. We kind of miss him. My thing is, but can you really see if that does change? Would he run back? Would he really want to run back to back? Do you think he would?
I think no. Go ahead, Mike. This
Shoot, I think at this rate, he's gonna be done with ideas in a year. He's just gonna be sitting there. I mean, I didn't watch this whole speech, but I did actually try to watch some of it today. I probably got like 10 minutes of it or something. And he was, bouncing on his laurels. So, well, we've already done more than any president in history, including maybe more than George Washington. I didn't say it; some other group did, but yeah. So but honestly, I don't know. Yeah, the things he's already said. If if he got them all done, he could probably get them done in the first year. He'd be golfing the last 3 years. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
I don't know. I think he's pissing off a lot of people off with that Ukraine stuff, though.
Well, a lot of Americans or just
People in general.
people,
Everyone.
countries.
Yeah.
I know he's
everybody.
pissed off Canada and Mexico.
Well, he wants to buy them.
He's pissing off a lot of people, but he's also
He wants to buy those. So it's
making a
okay.
lot of people happy. Have you seen? I have not looked these up, but somebody said there were some studies that secretly or openly 80%, 60 to 80% of the U.S. is supporting Doge right now, and it might be there might be more closet fans
There's
Yeah.
more closet
because
fans,
there's a
probably.
lot of people out there, and I sometimes accidentally find myself aligned with these people. There are a lot of people that just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see the world burn, but I do want to see drastic change in things. And so sometimes those people we're both high fiving at the same thing because they think that Trump's going to burn the country down. Other people think he's going to help, whatever.
So
I think he's gonna either way go both ways is gonna help or not help. I mean,
I think if you look at it with with an open mind, these things that we're spending money on that we don't need to spend money on could put somewhere else, like the giving funds to Ukraine for war. That's a big cut right there.
oh, that was billions and billions of
couple
dollars.
hundred,
Yes.
100 to 200 billion,
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
That was Biden's fault.
Isn't that all we
Yeah.
spent on the entire Afghan war over 20 years?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, oh, we've spent 100 to 200 billion there.
Yeah. But
And that was one of our biggest expenditures ever. Although, all right, so check, I do know I'm terrible with memory stuff sometimes, so I'm terrible at a debate and all this, but I remembered some facts lately. We spend $6.2 trillion a year. The government does every year. And or no, maybe we take in that amount in taxes and we spend 6.8 trillion, something like that. But it's like that amount. I mean, it's insane.
it's crazy. It's a wonder why we're in such a bad position as far as debt in this country. It's amazing how much money we spend on certain things and foreign aid, things of that nature. Instead of we have homeless people in this country. You have our infrastructure is really old that needs to be updated. There's a lot of things that's going on in our country that we need to take care of first, instead of helping other countries. Take care of your country first, and then you can help other countries.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
Yeah. I mean, we have to, we still have to be the example. We can't,
Yeah.
And we've had some awesome, like you said, infrastructure. Like a lot of our infrastructure is older stuff.
Yeah.
And it was awesome and first of its kind, best of its kind at the time. But it's like a lot of that stuff, I don't know. We don't.
Outdated stuff.
When like all these other countries have the high speed rails, or now they've got the biggest buildings and the tallest, all this stuff. And,
do you think other countries are surpassing us as far as I don't know, technology, or even
It's always been like that though.
Even like just modern stuff that most countries have nowadays?
Yes.
Some people say so, yeah. In
I
some
see it.
ways, I keep seeing this one Facebook page. It's like, and I keep saying Japan really is living 50 or 70 years in the future, or whatever, or some other Asian country, and it'll show some weird thing that the way they wrap their bananas in organic banana leaves or whatever. So, I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is, cheaper to live in other places besides the United States.
Say that again.
It's cheaper to live in other places than the United States.
Yeah.
So I think they're almost. Yeah, we have more luxury and more stuff here that make us more pampered. I think you got rid of half the technology and went back to how it was back in the 80s, 70s, 80s. I think people wouldn't know how to survive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
Do we
we're-
really need all these? Yeah, it is a
We're
little scary.
we're more
that we get so
we're more
dependent.
pampered here in the United
I used
States.
to be able to read a map. I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Then you go to like Indonesia or
remember phone numbers.
Japan or something like that. Yeah. I can only remember 3 numbers.
Yeah.
Only 3.
Yeah. It's horrible how much it's a gift and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
How much we depend on new technology for our everyday lives, and how much we rely on like cell phones and computers and all that stuff. And like if our infrastructure grids went down, power grids went down, we'll be fucked, dude. Because it takes 18 months to build a whole new thing for it.
Does it?
Yeah, and that's a long time. Can you imagine all that going down?
The major ones.
The lights that we have, the sewers, the food, water coming in, it'll all be done.
I just saw something. They said if the power went out in America for a year, 90% of us would die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they said they were basing that off a study that was based off the fact that
that's a high number.
Before electricity, we could sustain 30 million people in America. And then they point out, but then again, those 30 million people knew how to live without electricity.
Yes.
You say 90%? That's awfully high number.
Do you know how to hunt?
Well, yeah.
Do you know how to gut a deer or something?
No, I could probably fucking figure it out.
Yeah. But you know how to cut the meat up and
probably have to figure it out. But eventually,
you gotta find people, and then you really do have to, like, when they talk about anarchy, because I've looked at libertarianism, and anarchy is like, a half step beyond. There's a limit. Like, I'm not an anti-government, but like, you have to be able to figure out government. You're gonna have crazy people who just happen to have some guns. They're gonna come over and want to steal your food.
Take your shit. Yeah.
And then you got to figure out who's in charge.
Yes. So if you don't, I watch a lot of shit hit the fan type of videos as well. What's it? Preppers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I watched The Walking Dead, so
Yeah. But me,
It's the same kind of concept.
you'd be surprised with how many people don't know how to filter water and make it clean, drinkable water.
Oh, I know how to do that. Yeah.
Or
speaking of, do you guys use any? Do you drink straight tap water? Do you have any filtered water?
I drink. I want to get a filter thing, cans, one of those big containers that filters water.
I have a kind like that. It's Berkey, but there's other brands.
Didn't you just
But
bring
they
that?
come in different sizes, but looks like a big coffee
Yeah,
percolator.
yeah.
But because those I like, I've got commitment issues. It's not installed in the house. This is my commitment issues. It's not installed in the house. I can take it with me, and supposedly you can filter like scummy pond water, and it'll filter everything out.
Yeah.
And so it's like mobile. So like if I ever had
Yeah.
Is that what you brought?
bug out bag.
No.
No,
It's-
but I did bring
You brought
some other
water.
healthy stuff here. I don't know if you saw this. In case you want,
Oh, okay. I never really.
I'm making. I don't
water.
take too many pharmaceuticals, but I'll tell you what, I stopped getting
Nor do I.
sick
Nor
in
do-
my 20s.
Nor do I. I haven't been really. Nothing has really gotten me to the point where I'm like, oh, I have to go to the hospital. You know what I mean? Oh, or an ailment or anything like that. I just
Yeah.
I don't. But I do drink water that is not in plastic bottles or anything like that anymore.
Yeah, plastic is not the best.
No, it's not, because that stuff that's plastic is made out of it tends to get in your water and
Yep.
it's not good for you.
No, I
you
know,
know that
like-
taste when you have like a bottle of water in a car.
Oh yeah, and it's been heated up and
Yeah,
cooled down a
yeah.
couple times. You taste the
Oh,
plastic.
seriously?
I know. I
That's-
know. Isn't that the one bottle that you've been drinking?
No, these right here. The ones you buy these unsealed bottles.
so there's a joke behind this. The funny thing is, one day he just went and just popped the very top off. I said, "Don't you gotta like crack it, or don't you have to
doesn't it
like
a
twist
seal,
like a seal where you got to take a tab off the top of it?" He says, "No." I said, "That's what
tap water.
I said, "That's why they have a sink in there.
They fill the bottles.
They just bring the bottles in and fill them back up."
Oh man.
I see you got a bottle of Fiji water there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that real Fiji water?
Yes, it is.
I don't think it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you're skeptic. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I've got
skeptical. I'm
a
not.
book that
I'm not.
is all about Fiji water
Yep.
and Himalayan salt. It's like half and half.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty interesting, so that's like supposedly that water has been underground
Yeah.
for 300 million years before it's come out. So there's no pollution to it, blah, blah, blah.
Good water.
Bottled at the source.
That's what it says on the back too.
I was buying bottled water. I mean, by the crates, not crates, but fucking boxes. Because you can taste the difference.
Mhm.
You can taste the difference. You can taste those chemicals that are in tap water.
Yeah.
You can taste them clear as day. I mean,
Mhm.
like chlorine and like, holy shit, that's nasty.
Yeah. The chlorine is pretty bad. And the fluoride. they have is
Fluoride,
pretty
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's okay. I'll still drink my tap water.
Oh, good job, Joe. Be docile as hell.
I'll glow really well. Thank you.
Yeah. But a lot of processed foods I stopped eating. You know, it's just I don't know. I like to cook a lot more now.
I heard, I was watching some episodes trying to catch up on some of them. I
like to
heard you
cook
say
them.
you like to cook.
I like to cook a lot. I mean,
Me too. I cook 90+% of my food.
same here. I mean, I try not to get, like I said, a lot of processed foods. I do a lot of fresh vegetables and
Do you
things
grow
of that
your own
nature.
vegetables?
No, I have a little. I've got every once in a while. I start my little summer garden thing with some tomato plants and
Yeah.
peppers, but I'm not that good at keeping up with it.
At least it's honest.
I could probably get a lot more tomatoes if I
Yeah.
like fertilized every once in a while.
Right.
I remember to water it. But I'll go to
But
more farm stands and
but
stuff in summer.
I think every American should be able to, to release fish, hunt.
Well, no, you got to get government permission for that.
Yeah,
You can be arrested.
yeah.
I know a couple of people. It's okay.
But it's that should be something that should come free. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fishing, hunting should be able to do that for free.
Yeah, yeah.
And with the deer population that we have here, That's crazy, man. I just read something that was like,
I do believe if the deer is attacking you or your pet, you can kill it without a license.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
And I don't know if this is the same way, a little plan, but if, like the police feel threatened, or if you feel threatened by the deer, does that count as being attacked?
This deer is looking at me weird.
Hey, go get Johnny's dog next door. Let me shoot this thing. It's attacking his dog. I had to kill it.
Oh no, he's talking about deer.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That deer.
attacking the dog.
Let me go grab the neighbor's dog for a minute. I gotta kill this thing.
But I took the liberty to learn how to like gut deer and rabbit and all kinds of different things.
Nice.
So I'm like ahead of the curve
Mm-hmm.
because shit did happen where we had to fend for ourselves and get our own stuff. You laugh at this stuff. I mean, I know you do, but don't come to my house. Don't come to my house when shit like that happens. I'll see you. Nope. You laughed at me. Click.
Did you guys see?
Fuck no, I'm going to your house.
Just a couple of weeks ago in Benton Harbor, there was a power outage, and a lot of the city was out of power for less than a day.
Can you imagine people going
Some of it
crazy?
was for a day or two. They moved. It was fantastic. I got our neighbor, James Gunther, who runs Present Pillars. He's got a building across from the Secret Garden, and they were there and had power. But and they took these people in. But Harbor Towers has a lot of disabled people in it. I mean, it was just a matter of hours, and they evacuating the building.
Yeah.
Trying to find place. It was bitter cold, right?
Yeah.
So like people were like, could die. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just the power out for a couple hours, just, depending on the time. It doesn't take long. And our grid is pretty vulnerable.
Yeah. EMP, is that what it's called?
Yeah, EMP.
Yeah.
EEP.
No, it's
EMP,
where
electromagnetic pulse.
EEP.
AEP's got us covered
AEP.
for the EMPs.
Yeah.
Oh,
EMPs.
oh yeah. Well, anything with the
You want to buy a vowel?
no, stop. I'm trying to be funny. You're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. Stop.
Come on.
No, I'm serious. Just listen for a second.
I am.
I want a free vowel and I'll buy a consonant, please.
If that did happen to us, where they sent a missile and it took down the grid, we'd be fucked.
And I don't even think it takes that. Didn't they, like, in the news the last couple of years, they found people shooting rifles at like electric boxes that if it would have hit right, it would have taken out, quarter of a
Maybe
city.
a square
Yeah.
block. And
Like, people are
And that
Yeah.
right there causes chaos.
environmental terrorists out there that are like,
Causes
you're destroying
chaos.
the environment.
Because when you don't have those
Doesn't even have to be
luxuries like
Russia.
electricity and food, water, and even sewer, you would panic. You would panic. You would
right,
panic
sewer, yeah.
because the computers are down. You can't get any food in. All the
Dude,
truck,
just the internet down for 5 minutes and I'm freaking out.
yeah, but even your
My
newer
God.
cars are shut down.
Yeah.
No way to get around. Maybe your older cars would probably be still usable and you probably get parts for them, but you'd be screwed, man. You're
Okay.
screwed.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Mike. Actually, Mike, you keep saying secret garden. What the hell is a secret garden?
Well, it's still a secret to some people, apparently. That's what we keep saying. But there's a beautiful old industrial building. It used to be a jam factory or canning plant. It used to be a whirlpool showroom. It used to be a Jeep showroom, a Willys Jeep showroom. But it's right there across from Wolf's Marine on Main Street. A 7,500, 10,000 square foot event space, indoor, outdoor areas with.
It's not an outdoor area.
Oh yeah, enclosed outdoor gardens.
Is it in the very
mhm.
back? I mean, is
yeah.
it, or because some of those buildings, I always was told back in the day where they had the inside, where it was like a skylight, where they just took out the skylight, and then now it's more of the inside type. But
Yeah, no, this used to be part of the inside, but a lot of the building had collapsed at one point, and he left it, took the roof off completely. But it's an enclosed rectangular
That's
garden that's outdoor, but connected inside and still has perimeter walls. And then actually we have a big parking area in the back, but I've learned that through the history of in Benton Harbor here, the canal used to actually run right through like our back door, like it's a huge gravel parking lot, but it used to be the canal. It used to be 75 feet wide. It used to go all the way to right behind like the Glassworks building there and the Out Center, all that. And all man-made and stuff that they ended up filling in when they didn't need it years later, when I don't know if it was the automobile or train, it must have been the automobile was taking the place of all that. And they ended up, Brian said the owners, he looks into the history of this stuff. They told people in the city that it was a free dump. They could actually throw all their trash into the canal as they were filling it in. And then eventually at the end, of course, they threw dirt and all that on top. But because people were throwing things like lumber or wood and organic material in this fill, that over time, when it rots, they become mini sinkholes there. So stuff people be driving like heavy equipment. Marine Wolf's Marine has their boats that drive through there in their warehouse and stuff, but you could create a sinkhole apparently. The owner Brian, he said he's dropped 10 semi loads of stone in that lot and it still has sunk some, but he's like got a few more, and then we're gonna paint up parking lines on it.
So it's a pretty much a convention center almost / event center.
Event-based convention center. We'll actually possibly look to do like concerts, in the future. We have public events there. The owner is really nice and likes to give back to the community a lot. So there's a lot of give back events and donated space for different free and public events, along with, although we do quite a few weddings and things like that. But like just the other day, we did the coldest night of the year march. It's an international event where they march in March outside to raise money. I never did figure out why. I don't know if they like to torture people, but they raised a whole bunch of money for the women's shelter in Benton Harbor.
Nice, good for them.
And then we had the boys club had a boys and girls club.
Isn't that where Nardo had his party at?
Yeah, we've done some of those
fun
type of events.
That's where it's at, and that's where the next one's going to be in July.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're going to be.
For we did the live remote
for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I've had some similar events like that where they're doing award ceremonies and stuff. And
looks really nice. I have drove by it, but I've never been in it yet. Every time they, I know a couple of bands that played there, for like New Year's Eve or the biggest night of the bar nights and stuff like that, where they're playing and it's BYOB I never physically, or Halloween, actually, like Halloween bashes, stuff like that. Yeah. So I never really been there for Halloween parties and stuff like that. I always been invited, but I never really went to it because you
definitely got to. So the owner Brian, a lot of times does Halloween parties. Not always. He does like the Halloween parties. Almost always a New Year's Eve party, but a few other days that he likes to give back to the community. But I should shout out to the Secret Garden is having a wedding event, bridal event,
a bridal party, our bridal event.
April 12th. So that'll be open to the public. We'll have a lot of local venues that have to do with weddings and events here, DJs, caterers, the wedding shop places. And
that's really nice that you guys do that kind of stuff too, because that is kind of big around here since it is going to be soon to be the wedding season again.
Yes, and then we're going to be inundated with all the everybody knows we have the Chicago FIP crowd that comes over and enjoys the beaches, and then now we are like the Mecca of the Midwest for weddings. I mean, we used to have just a couple of big event venues, and now
bachelorette parties.
It is insane. And I talk to people in the Uber into here, the few people that are doing it, and then with the hotels here. It is insane. You see how many hotels they are building,
popping up everywhere
every year. Yeah. It's like those big boys are doing the studies. They're like, okay, the number of people coming in here, influx. Yeah. And a lot of it is weddings. Seeing it in the Airbnb stuff, a lot of people are coming for weddings.
Yes. There's a lot of Airbnbs are coming up out of nowhere around here. It's insane. And they're just coming and they already said they're booked because of weddings. Like you were just saying up here. And in my eyes, why? It's just St. Joe. In my eyes, what is there around here? Yeah, there's wineries that have getting married in the winery. That sounds really nice.
You got the lake. for some people that don't have the lake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess I just take it for granted because to me
We do.
it's just a lake.
Yeah,
I
It's
growing
just a
up,
big ass lake.
I'm from Chicago originally, although I've been here since I was 2. So, but my family's from Chicago, so I like to say I'm from Chicago.
but you're still on the other side of the lake.
Yeah. But I used to go into Chicago a lot as a kid and see family and stuff like that. And I always growing up was like, oh man, I can't wait to move to the city where there's things to do and there's
Yeah.
zoos and cool stuff. And it's so boring and sucky in St. Joe. And even people who don't get out much would say the same thing. I think most people growing up here. And as I get older and I start realizing, looking at properties in other Chicago and know people who live there, how much it costs or whatever the inconveniences of it and the crime, it's like, you know what? And then seeing and working in the industry where like, holy cow, like everybody who makes money and is rich and is happy and successful elsewhere wants to come vacation here.
Yeah.
We're living in their paradise. So yeah, it tries,
But the good thing about this area, you're really close to big cities like Chicago, Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Even Lansing was a 2-hour drive, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're an hour from everything around. If
Yeah.
you want to go 3 hours, you go to Detroit or Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Each
yeah.
one's 3 hours, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. So anything else in between, you still have a major city that you're going to hit in 3 hours.
Well,
Mhm.
Chicago, you get that in less than that.
And we have white sandy beaches.
it's
that have sunset
hour
hour-
and 30 minutes.
every night.
It's the same thing for Grand Rapids, an
Right.
hour and 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
if you want to drive hour and 30 minutes, you go to Grand Rapids or Chicago.
Or you can hit South Bend. and
Even
get an airplane.
California, I was listening to some celebrity talk the other day, and they were joking with each other about how they all go 150 on the highway because who wants to spend 4 hours bopping from location to location? And even in California, things are spread so far apart. You want to go from one city to the next. It's like so far away. And they're comparable to us. We don't have
Yeah.
palm trees, so we don't have that. But
See,
Nice weather.
I'd rather have like today. Today was a great day, honestly, with the rain. It was still nice. It was like 50 degrees still. Then it went from that to kind of
Snow.
cold. Then now it's kind of snow mixed rain. So you had all 4 seasons in one day. There's no other place that has that. If you're going to have one or the other, you're going to have one. But then you're going to have a hurricane down south. You have the fires everywhere else. You have tornadoes in the west. You have earthquakes and more in
Midwest,
the
yeah,
in the
definitely.
west. I mean, you have every natural disaster all around us.
you know what they have in
And
the
we have
West, though?
nothing here.
They have the giant sequoias.
Yeah.
But you know what? We have those too now.
Yeah.
We do.
There's like a couple of small ones planted somewhere in Michigan up
Yeah.
north that somebody tried.
Oh, really?
And our microclimate along the coastline here is warm enough in the winter. So they're not huge yet, but I think they're like 40 foot tall. But yeah, now we've got giant sequoias too.
Oh, damn.
So take that, California.
But so I mean, I love Michigan. Like you were saying, growing up here all my life, people have said, damn, screw that. I hate this town. There's nothing to do in this town. I'm gonna leave it and go somewhere. Everybody that I talked to, like even a couple of weeks ago, we had Ryan on. He went west. He's done everything there and everything else. But he said, when I had children, I want to come back to St. Joe just for 2 reasons. One, his whole family's here and her family's here. But he said, I loved how I was raised here and growing up with kids in the school system, everything else. This is a great place to grow with grow up with kids.
Great place to
Yeah.
retire.
And so that's why St. Joe is actually made like the top 10 or top 15 of the best places to retire in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Just in Michigan or in the United States?
In Michigan.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
I'm telling you what, I'm not
Probably.
moving for this place because I don't want to hit any hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, what else?
Yeah. We were wildfires,
Earthquakes.
Yeah,
earthquakes.
No natural disaster. We get 4 months of cold. 4 months of cold, maybe. That's all
No
we get.
volcanoes.
Okay, we'll pop stuff out in St. Joe or in Michigan. There's
I've
something.
checked. We're
there's something
even
wrong.
we're even safe from the Yellowstone super volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get like a couple of inches of ash, but that'll probably just fertilize our fields.
I'll probably get more than that. If it was a full blown eruption from
We'll
that
just get
volcano.
ash. We'll
Oh,
just get ash.
Well, we
Lots
definitely
of it.
wouldn't be like dead
No, it
I was
was
looking
like-
at like the kill zones.
Yeah, the
for
kill- yeah, the
houses
kill
The cool
zone
thing
is-
is that Lake
yeah, you don't
Michigan,
wanna be that close
Lake
to
Michigan
it.
will save a lot of us. I mean, that St.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah, we'll
alone,
just jump in the lake.
St. Joe alone, we're protected by that lake. If it wasn't for that lake, we're screwed no matter what.
Won't protect you from ashes if that thing goes boom and the winds carry those ashes in
It
there.
would go over us and hit like Berrien Springs, Dowagiac, and everybody else around us
No,
again.
No,
I think it's gonna be
that's
like
not,
snow.
It's not like snow.
Yeah.
It's nothing like snow.
I know,
dude.
but I'm just saying it's gonna blow.
That
Our,
shit
I,
is
think.
nothing like snow, dude.
I think it's insane how much we're protected by that.
Yeah. But as far as the weather, yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with you on that.
It's insane.
Although we have had tornado type things. I mean, there was a tornado
Class
in Kalamazoo many years
yeah,
ago.
Fast-
one,
uh,
class B or,
Yeah,
or
Class
class one.
One.
Yeah, they
Stick
had
like-
some in Baroda and Stevensville kind of area where it ripped
Touchdown.
off rooftops, but
Mhm.
nothing major like you
Like
get.
destroying buildings and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Kalamazoo, maybe they got a couple.
I do want to see though if maybe some of those have you seen videos now with the
Storm chasers.
yeah, well, I mean you see more of them now, but none of the little tornadoes on the lakes,
Oh,
water
yeah.
tunnel
Yeah, I've seen those.
but I mean don't they maybe have a couple of videos where they actually come on land, maybe not here in Florida or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Can't they become a mini tornado?
That's,
Yeah,
that's called
yeah.
a hurricane.
Yeah. No. That big body of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called a hurricane.
That's when it brings the whole ocean over.
I tell you what, I would not want to be in one of those states, dude. That is one of my biggest fears. Have a hurricane, but
Well-
you get plenty of notice to
All right.
get out, right?
Okay, I'm gonna with this. So I don't understand people, honestly. It's where it gets kind of me frustrated. You know, like Florida, they're gonna get hurricanes all year round.
Well, especially yeah. Go ahead.
Why would you want to move on the Gulf Coast where you're gonna get hit by a fucking hurricane all the time? Just so you say I live in Florida, I live in a nice state.
That's Texas. That's Louisiana.
I'm saying, why would you
Mississippi.
want to go to a place where you know you're gonna get hit maybe every year? I'm gonna have to border my house up and maybe get out, and maybe my area won't get flooded. It's like moving to
That's a risk you take,
Oklahoma.
man.
It's like moving to
Yeah.
Oklahoma and moving
Actually,
to Tornado Alley. Why?
What?
It's named Tornado Alley for a reason.
But
Why move there?
Have you been to Florida?
Yes.
Me too. It's been a long time, but I've been there as a kid a few times, and it was awesome. It
This
was
is- yeah.
gorgeous, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I can see why people want to move there. I think the better question is why would anybody build a house there without it being hurricane proof, or at least build it up a few feet off the ground? Like
Yeah.
you know it's going to flood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my house on stilts. Put it on stilts. What's
Go to
happening?
Joe's house. He's got stilts.
Why the water's gonna go right through it, and then I'm gonna have a house on the flat because they don't have basements there because they can't have basements in Florida. So it's
Well, just don't own the trailer. Trailer, man. Just don't own
I
the
mean,
trailer.
I just don't understand why would you want to
Those
move
things get
somewhere that
ripped in half.
it's gonna get knocked down.
Unless you've got pontoons on the bottom of it.
Yeah, they float right on the water.
The only people I feel bad for a natural disaster happened was the ones that happened in LA. I mean, with the fire, you can't control that. That's just dumb luck.
Well,
I
we
say.
can't because we don't have control of the laser
Yeah.
switches.
I mean, that's just dumb luck. I think this is dumb luck.
I do think though, if you guys ever replaced your roof,
No, I haven't.
thought about doing the metal
No.
roofing.
No.
Oh, a guy
I'm thinking
next,
about doing one of those blue roofs.
actually,
They
guy
look
next door
really
has
cool.
guy next door has a metal roof. It's cool.
I've seen those being put up, but yeah, I've never done that.
But
I think
blue
they're cool.
specifically,
Yeah.
it seems like I want. But I don't know. I don't know if we're in a high burn area. But actually,
This guy's
kind of
got
think of it
red.
though. Isn't there a bunch of fires going on in
Uh,
South Carolina right
yeah,
now?
it's Myrtle
Same-
Beach.
same place that
North Carolina.
freaking
Yeah.
hurricane hit, like, or the floods hit.
It's Myrtle
Is it-
Beach
is this-
area.
Yeah, that's a little east than
Yeah, it's a little-
Ashland or
Yeah.
whatever. That was.
It was
Yeah.
one where the people were living in
It was
those
Ashland,
mountains,
Ashland, yeah.
in the mountains, and then all that lithium that we make batteries out of. Or
Yeah, I found. Yeah, didn't that?
Isn't
I
that a
heard
little-
that too.
isn't that a little
we
weird?
found
though?
one of the largest lithium
Yeah.
deposits in the world or country.
Or at least in this country, I know that much.
Right there.
And
Yeah,
people
like,
lived on it, and as soon as those hurricanes came in and wiped everybody out, the floods and shit,
Yeah,
they don't want them back in there.
yeah, it's Ashland that destroyed the whole town of Ashland. Dude, that's a beautiful town too, and that destroyed everything.
Destroyed it, and
It-
they can't come back to their homes
Yeah.
now.
They-
Isn't that a little weird though?
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I don't know. You
And
can say
that's-
conspiracy theory, but
And then that's an hour or hour and a half
That's-
away.
that's a gold mine. And we the United States wants that area.
It's nasty because Myrtle Beach is on fire.
It's
At least
nasty business,
Yeah,
man.
why are there a bunch of fires right now? I have not been
forest
paying
fire is
attention. to that.
dry. That's
But
only
didn't
they're
they
saying it's
just
dry.
have a soaking hurricane? I mean,
Yeah,
I know that was like
yeah.
a month ago, but it's not like it's
They're-
summer.
Bone dry. Yeah, it's like fucking winter.
See, I don't know about them over there on the Florida. I mean, on the LA side, yes, I could see.
No, but
in
West Virginia,
Myrtle Beach area, North Carolina, I don't understand why they're
I don't
getting.
know.
They got forest fires.
maybe some
but-
lightning storms, but even
dude. It's so high where they could see it from like an hour away from the towns and all that, where the flames just
Just like
shooting up in the air.
California, just
Yeah.
like
It's-
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Fucking place burns down, and
Maui and all
a
that.
few houses are still standing, perfect lawns and everything.
I feel bad for those people though. I mean, that's something.
Yeah.
There's something that you don't. You
can't predict.
Yeah, you can't predict
predict.
when that's gonna
'Cause,
happen.
I mean,
It's going where the wind blows.
Yeah.
If the wind's blowing that way, it's gonna fire's gonna go
not
this way.
in LA. The Hawaii thing, it is dry there, but I don't think they have that many fires. I don't think they have that many in
Hawaii is
West
a little
Virginia.
suspicious to me.
Well, yeah, definitely.
No,
I mean,
well,
the way it all went
yeah.
down, all that. But they actually do know that it was coming. In LA, everybody's been predicting that like everything is so dry there in LA.
But they didn't have any water.
it
in the
happens every year.
reservoirs.
But the LA fires, there's always a fire in the forest fire or some kind of fire in
In the mountains.
the mountains in
Yeah,
the LA
in the
area,
hills.
or not LA, but in California area, somewhere in California, there's always going to be a fire for some odd reason. It's like you're going to always predict that Kansas is always going to have fucking tornadoes. It's going to happen. So
Yeah, that's why they should spend more time maintaining the forest and
Or
clearing out the brush.
putting water in that damn reservoir.
Mm.
Those reservoirs in California, so you can have access to water to put those fires.
You know why
out.
they were draining it too? So it's actually kind of interesting. I didn't realize what fish they were trying to save.
Yes, I think I heard something about that. Go ahead.
So what is the fish that they dip net for, or they used to do it a lot more in Michigan? It was like people would dip net their like little tiny fish, and there's bazillions of them. They worked with a waitress whose husband still does it on the Galeen River. I think they dip allowed to, but little tiny, not sardines, not alewives, but it's that thing. But it's strange to see them that far north in California, so they want to save that northern population. But it's a fish that here was like so common that it was
it's like endangered species over there.
not quite.
But
I don't know.
but when one particular family owns all the water reservoirs,
Anyway, so
and they own
Well,
this too.
that too. There's multiple reservoirs, but the one stream that they want to keep the stream going and not hold back, because that one little fish likes to breed right there, even though it breeds everywhere.
That was a lot of crap going on with that, man. Those reservoirs should have been filled. They should have been filled.
I'll give you that.
That right there would have saved a lot of people's homes and saved some lives too.
Yeah.
And a lot of all that burned area, land that it was just burnt.
I just feel bad for him.
I do too. I mean, I really do feel bad for them.
Mm.
Not as I don't
The rich and the poor, I still feel bad because it's still stuff that they had.
not Paris Hilton. I don't feel sorry. For her. I don't feel
I
sorry.
know
For her.
you never will,
No,
but I feel bad
she
for
can live in one of
everybody.
those damn hotels.
Everybody that I-
family owns.
Yeah,
Seen
everybody that's
that
lost all
film,
their
A Night
shit,
in
though.
Paris. You should feel bad for her. She does not have that good of skills.
That film.
Not that I've seen it that many times.
I'm shocked you watched.
I haven't heard her name in a while, but it reminded me of video I saw her.
The sex
in. It
video.
was like a
she-
really awkward, like just not that.
Well, the
didn't look.
I
Yeah,
don't think
the
she's that good looking.
she's Didn't Brian Urlacher date her once?
I don't know.
I think he
about
did.
that.
I hope he didn't. I heard that. Anyway, I just don't feel too bad about her because her family's fucking
I have to ask
rich
this.
as
I think
fuck.
they'll be all right.
Yeah,
I have to
fine.
ask you guys this question because I'm terrified of one thing. What is one thing of anything natural disaster or something that like you brought up sinkholes? That is one of my biggest fears in my life is a sinkhole. I'm not afraid to jump off a building. I'm not going to be afraid to go skydiving. I'm not afraid of falling or any drowning or anything like that. I'm not afraid
But
of any of that.
sinkholes scare you?
But sinkholes scare me because you don't know when it's going to fucking happen. You're just walking and all of a sudden, boop,
Or
where'd Joe
driving.
go?
Or driving.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Poop.
driving and just
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
deep ass hole?
It's like, poop, where'd Joe go? I don't know. He just fell in that hole.
I've seen videos where people
Yeah.
walk into sinkholes and
So stuff
Or-
like
or
that.
cars falling
Yeah,
into
yeah.
sinkholes.
That is my biggest fear in my life is a sinkhole. So what is your guys' biggest fears? I'm kind of curious.
oh, I would tornado.
Really?
Yeah, because are sinkholes that common?
No,
How
that's the thing.
tall
That's
he
the
is.
thing.
He has to worry about getting picked up off the ground. Shorter people, we just grab onto the grass like this and stay flat. That works.
I can't hide in the average bathtub. Legs still hanging out.
I can
But-
see a tornado. Yeah.
Tornado, because
Have
I'm
you
not-
seen the new Twisters yet?
Yeah.
no, I've seen one. That's all I need to see.
I saw the original
Yeah,
one
yeah, I
in
saw-
the theater.
I saw the new
too.
Yeah.
one. I saw the new one. It was pretty good.
Was it really?
I liked it.
I've not seen it.
I just-
I'll check it out.
I would maybe
Twisters,
a
huh?
category 5 tornado coming your way. I will seriously, man. Can you imagine that though? Big ass black cloud, 150-mile-an-hour winds coming your way, and you got say for instance it's at night, right? You can't see it, and it's just all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah, I can see a tornado be a scary thing, but I mean, just any kind of type of thing, you like drowning.
Drowning, yeah.
I'm gonna say you don't have to pick a natural disaster. Anything that
Okay.
you're terrified of, also
burning alive.
Burn- oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I wouldn't be a really
Because you wouldn't die.
Yeah.
You wouldn't die instantly.
You want it's gonna
You'll
be,
feel that pain.
you're gonna feel pain for the rest of your life until like the skin grafts grow back. But yeah,
No, or you die.
yeah.
I have a lot to draw from. It's not my imagination, so I couldn't even imagine. There's a ton of horrible scenarios. Have you guys ever watched this YouTube channel called Mr. Ballin?
No,
No, I have to.
He became real popular during COVID, but
Yeah.
I've been watching. So he's just an old, not old, but he's a retired Navy SEAL. But he ends up telling stories, scary stories. But the first probably a couple hundred stories he told, and he was posting a couple times a week, were places people can't go, but they went there anyways. And it's like stories about like a kid who ran away from home, who went to like an abandoned house and like crawled up or tried to go down tried to get into a house by going down the chimney, and the chimney got tighter and tighter, so went down, and they like suffocated in a chimney for 2 days.
That'd be a horrible way to die.
yeah. Actually, they did a thing about that on like
That would be a
NCIS
horrible
or
way to
something
die,
like
dude.
that,
Yeah,
where
imagine hearing
yeah.
the story for like 20 minutes really vividly with like pictures. It's like it's
Oh
crazy.
man.
Or I never knew this how big the engines are on some of these boats. And I got a friend who works on these engines on huge boats that go across the
Yeah,
ocean.
I was gonna write that down.
But
Mr.
that-
Ball, what?
Mr. Ballin.
Okay, I don't remember.
B-
that.
Ballen. It's super. Now he has like 10 channels. He's got books that are coming. He's
Yeah.
like blown up.
Yeah.
But really good storyteller. But one of them was or a couple of them actually were how big the engines are on these boats, where like you can go into like a cylinder basically, and then they have like a glass portal where you can look into the cylinder, but you can't get trapped in there because when the engine comes on and it gets to like 1,000 degrees or whatever, and like people get trapped in there
Oh,
because somebody locked the door and didn't know they were in there. But like, yes, so many crazy places that people
don't
are not
even
supposed
think, don't
can't
even-
go, but went anyways.
That chimney
Huh.
thing scares the shit out of me.
Mhm.
Imagine,
Why
or
would you go down a chimney?
I wouldn't.
My eyes, I don't know a lot of chimneys, but I picture they don't go all the way down all the time. They do get narrow, and then they open back up because of smoke and all that. They have to.
Being a chimney sweeper. Can you
As a
imagine doing that?
kid, I could have seen myself doing that.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be able to walk through a brand new house that was being built one time. I remember as a kid when I still believed in Santa,
Yeah.
and it had a fireplace in it, and it was not dirty, and there was no and I was small enough, so I literally walked in, I ducked in and got into the fireplace, and it was like standing inside it, looking up, probably trying to climb a little bit and trying to imagine like, it seems a little skinny for me, but Santa can do it. And like,
I can do it.
but yeah, as a kid, like curiosity. Oh man.
Or even like you know how these guys go out rock climbing and it gets stuck in. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the caverns and all that.
Remember that movie where the guy was stuck and then the boulder fell on his arm? He had to cut himself out.
Alive.
What's that the name of it?
Yeah.
With
I think so.
James Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he
I
plays that character.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
That's a full-on movie. I
Yeah,
want to watch
that's
it.
a
I've heard
true-
that story.
That's a true
multiple
story, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
True story. Yeah,
Yeah.
cut his
Yeah,
fucking
I think
arm
it's
off.
called Alive, where he went rock climbing and
Yeah. By himself.
Yeah.
Nobody with him.
Right. And you got what I read those stories all the time. Have you ever watched a TV series, I Shouldn't Be Alive?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have.
I think I've watched like every
I
episode
have.
of it.
I like those.
I have. That's baffling how people do that kind of stuff.
Would you go running with the bulls?
I don't know, dude.
I do. I want to.
No,
I have-
dude.
I wouldn't go running with them, but I would be on the other side of a heavy duty fence and watch them run by.
How about
Yeah.
this? We go to Spain and I'll do running with the bulls. You be on the other side.
Videotape you.
Yeah.
I mean, the video. record you,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You'll go with me.
You
while
get
you-
impaled by a bull. I told you so. I told you.
James, look at this.
Have you guys had any near death experiences?
We all-
I've almost drowned a couple of times.
I almost drowned once when I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I jumped
You
in
remember
the
it?
deep end of the pool. I didn't even know how to swim,
Mm-hmm.
and I fought my way up, though. I mean,
Still trying to think.
uh,
Yes.
yes. I was
I got
on a
one.
train. We were jumping on trains
Oh, I've done that too.
one time, and I fell off and almost rolled on. No, dude,
I know you told me
that's
that
some
story.
scary shit, man. You see those big ass wheels rolling
Yeah.
by?
Yes, I've done
That's some
that. Yeah.
scary ass shit, man. I jumped off. I thought I was gonna like roll away, but I kind of rolled towards the train.
I know you told me that.
Oh.
It's so I just picture it. I'm just picturing the cartoon where he thought he's running and he jumps off and he rolls on the ground and he rolls back onto the train.
Oh man, no, do it because
Yeah.
we started right downtown by the train tracks in St. Joe, come from where Silver Beach Pizza is, right, and right before that bridge, that wooden little bridge,
Mm-hmm.
we rolled off on that and went around to what is it on the side by Indian
Condos?
Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're on the other side. Okay.
And I jumped and I saw these like metal pieces of scrap. And I didn't want to hit that. So I jumped close to it, but I rolled away from it. And that train was like, chugga, chugga, chugga. I'm like, oh, just imagine you'll instantly die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll because those things don't stop. And nobody knew we were on that thing.
Oh, I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry, man.
Man.
Got a little nervous there.
So friends of mine, we went like ghost hunting back in the day where the whole scary stories of all the areas and
Pumpkinhead.
yeah, stuff like that. So we went to this graveyard though. This graveyard supposedly was haunted.
Melon heads.
Yeah, the Melonheads.
Uh,
It's been all nice houses back there. But,
yeah.
so we're all in
That's
this.
scary as shit. though.
We're in this graveyard, and this graveyard's supposed to be haunted. So all of a sudden, we're all drinking, and we're all underage, and we're all drinking.
I was going to ask you, how old were you?
I was probably 17, and everybody else was
Fine?
everybody was drinking. I'm not drinking. Everybody was about 20 something. So we're in the back of this pickup truck. Then we get out back, and all of a sudden we're all in here, and all of a sudden we hear noises. Of course, it's our minds playing the best of us. And all of a sudden we look around and says, I'm not gonna name names, but we all say, "Where's he at?" I went, "I don't know." All of a sudden, oh shit, he's got a gun in the car. In the back of this truck. He went back and got it. And all of a sudden, we're now ducking because we're here. Pop, 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 pop. He's shooting at the graveyards because he's nervous as hell. And all of a sudden we're
The bullets zipping by you.
oh yeah, something's
Yeah.
zipping by us. We're ducking and we're yelling at him, put the gun down, we're in here. And it was freaking us out. Yeah, that was probably the
Closest,
scary,
yeah.
closest I've probably been. I didn't know where he was at. And we just hear things just not whizzing by, but you can hear things just like
I had
Yeah.
I was driving. I fell asleep behind the wheel and almost, have overpass.
Mm-hmm.
and the pillar that holds it up, I was headed right towards that, and something to wake up, and I'll pull. Oh man, that scared the shit out of me. This is when I started getting all my stuff for my podcast. My life is too short, man. I can't keep fucking around like this.
I got another one. Actually, it's not about me. My cousin. This one's really, really nervous. He even admits this. So he used to work at in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And he owned his crotch rocket. And he's not doing crotch rocket. He's on it, and all of a sudden the crotch rocket has a cruise control on it on his crotch rocket. So he just set it for 75, 80. And all of a sudden he's doing this. All of a sudden he's nodding. And he passed out. He passed out just going for like maybe a couple seconds, but all of a sudden he went, and he's realized he's still on his bike riding, doing 75, 80. And yeah, he said I kept on nodding. I mean, it's just, he said the vibration just put him to sleep.
There is something to the road that is like,
He said the vibration is just putting him to sleep. Like
yeah,
you,
I mean,
like
I'm
you
not,
with the wall.
I'm not a narcoleptic, and I'm not, can't not fall asleep either. But man, something driving long hours.
Yeah. But just getting comfortable.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
what
same
you're
thing.
saying.
It's like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, your eyes are getting heavy.
Yeah.
Then you roll down the window and try to get the fresh air.
Yeah,
That's even
That
worse.
doesn't even help at all.
You turn the music up louder and that doesn't work.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden now you're talking to yourself, or you're trying to grab something to drink real quick, and nothing works.
I find I have to stop the car, get out, run around for a minute. But even that, I get run around for a few minutes.
Really, you pull the car over and run around the car?
I'll try to find a gas station, at least go in the gas station.
I never done that.
Yeah, get your
Get your
body.
blood pumping.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought about doing that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just keep on going.
I did.
Trucking it out.
I remember driving.
it'll
I'm
still-
tired, man. I was like,
Oh, that
I'll pull over.
with the wall with you.
Yeah, dude, that's
Speaking
good.
of pulling
That's
to the
good.
gas station and all that. Did you take any breaks at all?
Oh, actually, we're almost done.
Well, almost done. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
4 minutes.
We
left.
can do our final thought.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
do
didn't
a final
know you had
thought.
a time.
But we do our final thought. Just give a shout outs to people who are next thing you coming up for you. Go right ahead.
Yeah, well, again, the Secret Garden has got a bridal expo coming up April 12th. So a bunch of local vendors and a lot of your friends there. You guys should definitely check it out. Or any bride to be's you should check it out. And then also, of course, be on the lookout for the Benton Tavern might be opening up pretty soon too.
Okay.
What's the Benton Tavern?
The old Le Chic in Benton Harbor.
I know where that is. Yeah.
Where Kevin Sweeney had done the Sweeney's hot dog stand for 10 years, but that building looks like might be opening up here.
Chic. I used to
I
go to that
forgot
place.
about that place. Yeah.
I used to go there.
You in it? I never
Why
went.
is it?
in
I used
as
to go
Le
everywhere.
Chic.
I used to go everywhere in that.
I drove past and thought
Yeah.
about it, and then
Dude, the only place that
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me was Smokies.
Yeah. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Now it's closed.
Yeah. All right, Joe, your turn.
Well, I want to say thank you, Mike, for coming out, helping us out,
thank you for the invite.
and coming out here and chit and chat with us for a good 2 hours. Thank you again. We appreciate it. I hope the expo is going to go well for you. Thank you for coming out and talking about that and everything else that you've done. And you keep on rocking it out.
No, well, likewise. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, no problem. All right, guys.
catching up with
Mike, thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate you, brother.
Likewise.
Man, we should get you back on. I mean, that was a good conversation, man. Just talking about
Yeah, I got some
Stuff.
other fun stories too.
Oh yeah, I can't wait now. All right, guys, that concludes episode 67, guys. This is Third Eye Truth There podcast. Back at you again. We're getting ready to take off. I am your host, James Gill. That's Joe Hill. Our guest, Mike Sleep.
Monday is Ryan.
Monday, Ryan, what's his name?
You're going to try to make me say it.
Yes. Oh, Ryan Bendowski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Bendowski. I mean, I haven't seen him in a long time. Holy
Uh,
shit.
He's going to be on Monday night.
All right, Monday night,
Let's get some
guys.
more time.
Tune in. Got Ryan Bendowski. He's going to tell us some stories as well. All right. But until next time, guys, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your support, and we're going to get out of here.